Welcome to Soft Bad Monkey, a safe space for savages. This podcast is comedy. We don't discriminate. We don't care about your race, religion, sexual orientation, or gender identity. We make fun of everyone equally. We are veterans, offensive by nature, so if there's kids in the car, turn us off. Seriously, I'll wait. We've evolved. It's still JD and Uncle Steve, but now we have Paulie. As for Jay, he's fluffing on man porn. We talk like we are in the team room, platoon space, or whatever you call it. We're meat eaters and knuckle draggers, so put on your fucking helmet because we're coming in hot. Welcome to another episode of Soft Bad Monkey with your host, Jason Delgado.
Steve Ralston.
And Paulie, the motherfucking Letterman. Yo.
Multi-tool, I thought.
I like
That
that.
was a multi-tool.
It's both for me.
It is?
Yeah.
I thought it was just Tool. It was just Tool for a while.
When you say tool, I don't say tool. I don't
No?
say tool, yeah.
I think you're lying.
I say multi-tool. Because it's faceted. It's like it could go in any direction, right?
Exactly. And he's good at a lot of the shit that he does. So.
Dude, he's good at fucking everything he does, except drinking.
Actually, he's pretty good at that.
Oh, yes, I'm just talking
The
shit.
mere mortal would just black out.
Dude, the mere mortal would be dead. Back when I was drinking, one of my buddies was like, dude, guys your size don't normally drink a case of beer and walk around.
Yeah. So this is what Steve means about Paulie is not like up to par. This is his version of it. Paulie just likes fucking repeating weird shit. Yeah, you remember when that fucking potato chip bag like flew in front of us? The wind like just blew the potato chip bag, and then you saw the Y's. That shit was crazy. Steve, remember the potato chip bag? Steve?
What the fuck are
That's
you
as
talking
bad as it get, guys. That's it.
Anyway, we are here at the Tilly Pierce Inn, the Tilly Pierce House Inn in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Everybody knows on the show that we have a Jones for paranormal investigations. So we're out here with Dan Kulick. Dan, his Instagram handle was at Daniel Kulick, just how it sounds with a K.
Not Gulick.
It's not Don Golick.
He's not a gooey liquor.
Exactly.
Kulick.
That's right. Well, we got
Daniel
out here.
Kulick.
We got out here yesterday. Dan got us in touch with the inn, and then we also went out and did an investigation. We got to see a private museum, and we've done a bunch of cool shit. Dan is an interesting guy. He's a master distiller for Tattered Flag Brewery. He has an explosive license, so he's an explosives expert. He's a world traveler, does a bunch of fucking cool shit, and a paranormal investigator extraordinaire, not to mention a master fucking storyteller. It's weird. I see you give me that weird look. It's like, Jesus Christ, Steve, you're like all professional and shit, talking to me like we're doing a show or something. It's because we're doing a show, motherfucker.
Oh, you haven't been here yet?
Oh, wait, where?
That's you we was talking about. That was you we was talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, thanks, Steve.
Dan's like, shit, that was me, baby. You made me sound good, baby.
God
Nah,
damn,
man,
Uncle Steve.
Dan,
Hell of an intro.
you all that in a bag of chips.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate
That's my
that.
second potato chip reference. I must be hungry.
Dude, what the fuck's going on with you in the potato?
I just had fucking
And then
lunch.
picking on Paulie over there. Paulie, just fucking do me a favor and just defend yourself real quick about the potato bag. Potato chip bag,
What's wrong
excuse
with the
me.
potato chip
Now
bag?
go ahead, let's have it.
All right, I'm ready.
I don't even remember the potato bag.
Okay, they're good. So that's what I'm talking about. Paulie, Paulie does everything well except drink.
But it all right, cool. No foul, no harm, man. You know, it
That's
didn't
true.
exist.
Didn't happen.
Say again? Didn't happen. Dude, exactly. If it wasn't captured on video and you don't remember, it didn't happen.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly right. Anyway, master fucking storyteller, and I told you that a few times. That is a skill that's being lost in our great nation because history isn't being passed down verbally anymore. And you walking around here in Gettysburg, it's instantly obvious that you have a true love and a true passion for what you do. So as you've been doing paranormal investigating, what did we say, about 20 years?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like. And how long have you been involved in distilling and brewing and all that good shit?
So I started home brewing in college. When I went to the University of Pittsburgh.
With just beer? Just so
Yeah,
you could save
just
money?
beer.
Or because you had that scientific brain and you needed to do something?
No, because what I got into is we had a craft beer bar there. It's one of the first ones that I remember being there in the
Were you a
mid-90s.
hipster? Tell me you were a hipster.
No.
No?
No, I never associated with a hipster crowd.
You
or
weren't
anything
wearing
like that.
skinny jeans and wearing lumberjack shirts and shit?
That's too much effort for Dan.
No?
Too much
Not
effort for
doing that
Dan.
kind of shit.
No,
man.
dude, Dan takes effort. You see that?
Dan puts effort in real shit.
Yeah, like
but
explosives, like
but
making-
putting skinny jeans on, I can't see it.
No, I
My-
can't
my-
say that.
I
But
don't-
that wouldn't be funny either. It
Yeah.
just wouldn't be.
I don't have any room for my balls to breathe in skinny jeans. So why
You
the
would
hell
not
I
be
wear
my
skinny
friend, dude.
jeans?
Well,
Why?
dude, he took his pants off when we were going to grab Copenhagen. We're standing in a parking lot and he takes his pants off. I'm like, Dan, what the fuck are you doing? He goes, my balls is hot.
And come check out
That's
Delgado's tattoo. I
should
was by
see
his
it.
balls for 10 hours.
How'd you like it?
The man.
I can
Fresh?
tell you're scarred.
Fresh.
Yeah.
I wash them.
No, man.
Oh no, that's what he
held it
needs.
down, baby.
Is it sweet nuts or is it balls so fresh?
He's
a
a
double cornholio.
Yeah, he's
What
a
is
free
it?
balling dude.
He is a free baller. We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to even like do. I need that extra layer, the smooth. It's like I can't do because my jeans is rough, son.
So you and Jason met how many years ago?
The first time we met was 2014. So that was 6 years ago.
6 years ago, 2014. You guys met because you were introduced by a former Navy SEAL who's fucking excommunicado now from the teams. People don't talk to him ever.
Right.
I'm actually, we talked about it before. I'm surprised the cat's still breathing our air, to be candid. I'm not going to say any names or
Yeah.
I'll go
whatever.
as far as
I'm
saying
surprised.
anybody that fucks with him is fake as fuck. So
Right, exactly. But the best thing that came from that is you and Delgado's relationship. And since then, you've been involved with Tattered Flag. You've helped out Jason
Tremendously.
with his book stuff. You have given a tremendous amount to what you thought were the correct type of veterans organization, and it just wasn't.
Right.
And then in another situation, you got involved with a veteran, and your one true passion in brewing and distilling spirits and whiskey. And that veteran fucked you over.
Yep.
And then here you are again on a fucking veterans podcast, taking us around, getting us access to this museum. And what's the name of that? The Loma what?
The Lomas Learning Center.
Yeah,
is
the Lomas
museum,
Learning Center.
And then the Museum of Haunted Objects.
Yeah,
too.
the owners of that opened that museum up to us.
and gave us
just
an
and
ad
left.
hoc freaking tour. But one of
With
the
a
most
history professor. who
with a
loved this shit.
history professor
And
that
knows
is a
every fucking
current history professor in a college, a reputable college at that.
And
Wow.
active firearms, from all the way from the
All of them,
1700s
right.
all the way up to current firearms.
You know how
yeah.
someone knows what they're talking about when they prove to you you don't know shit. That's how I felt that whole time. I was like, I don't know shit. Go on, keep talking,
Well,
man.
dude,
It's
how about
beautiful.
that-
I was like a sponge. It was amazing.
What was that? What was the manufacturer of that kid's gun that they handed you
Oh,
at
the
the
cap
end?
gun?
Yeah, what was it? What's the main?
This
Is
is
that
Springfield.
Springfield?
That's
That was
Springfield, yeah.
crazy.
The Susan handed it to me, and I grabbed it. And,
Wait,
I grabbed it and I flexed a little bit. So I was like, that's, I was having, it's like, that's unusual. And she goes, you notice anything different? I'm like, yeah, it's all wood. And she's like, yeah, they used to make those and sell those. And they gave them a little percussion cap that they put on the nipple right there. And it had a real action from a real
Suicide lock,
weapon.
yeah.
Even the wooden barrel was painted to look as if it was steel.
Yeah.
And then
It's
what was that?
crazy.
What was that artillery piece in there?
That was old number one. It's a
So
3-inch
explain-
rifled ordnance barrel.
Right.
First of its kind off the assembly line in Philadelphia.
Is that number one?
That's number one.
That's-
That's because they
Stamp
kept saying
number
that's the
one.
prized
But
possession.
that's-
That's the prize. What are we talking about here? How priceless? What are we talking about here?
So it is one of the
you'll
only.
see this. And go ahead. Sorry.
It is one of the only active military artillery pieces from the Civil War that was cast in Philadelphia, put into use by the Union, overrun here in Gettysburg, captured by the Confederacy, and the Confederacy uses against the Union their own piece. And then it comes to rest in front of the Spotsylvania courthouse. Veteran walking by notices the piece, was one of the artillery guys, and then we have a log of every battle that piece had actually seen action in, which is
Right.
crazy because they didn't record where things were and what they did. But this one, because it was such a prized piece by the Union, and then the Confederacy captured their prized piece, they pretty much kept track of what was going on and what was doing with this. And yeah, we use it against these guys here, we use it against these guys here, we use it against these guys here.
Right. Approximately how much does it weigh and how long is it?
The barrel itself weighs about 850 pounds.
Right. Wow.
I think it's
So the
878 pounds.
Well,
I think
the
it's
whole
actually.
mechanism probably weighs, let's say,
About
1,500 pounds.
I'd
so
say probably about
7
13 to 1,400 pounds.
Okay, so
somewhere
that's
about
what,
there.
that's 7 tons. And they were moving that with horses.
Not 7 tons.
Yeah.
1,400 pounds.
Oh, 100 pounds. I'm sorry.
14
Not even
shy
a
of
ton.
a ton.
Yeah, I was thinking 1,000. It's like, wow.
Shit's still heavy, dog.
No, it's not.
And
Yeah,
it's got
7
the
tons.
original steel rim. casing around the wheels, the ginormous wheels. The wheels are almost like as tall as me.
But my point is, guys had to move those things around and shoot those.
Yeah, and if your horse
drag
got
them
taken
through
out,
muddy fields and shit.
if your horse gets taken out, guess who gets to drag that sumbitch? Your artilleryman.
What was the piece of equipment we put inside that barrel last night?
So that was what is called a ghost meter.
Right.
A ghost meter, it registers electromagnetic field. It registers magnetism or static electricity in the air. Right. And it'll beep and blink when it gets to a certain threshold, because even ourselves, we are beings of energy. Our shirts and our clothing, our sweatshirts have static electricity in them. So we're going to carry around a little bit of that energy, and it's not going to go off because it's something standard we would normally get from outside interference. Mm-hmm. But then once it hits that threshold, we're like, wait, this can't be outside interference. It's got to be something. That's when it actually starts beeping and blinking to grab your attention to it and look at it. The other EMF detectors that we were using was a K2 meter. Mm-hmm. That is one that actually you look at the lights and you can see.
I meant the one that was inside that artillery.
Yes, that was the ghost meter.
Yeah, and the reason I'm bringing that up is because we have been talking about paranormal investigations on the show, I think the entire show, haven't we, Jason?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you had spoke with Nick Overing, a guy that we spoke with before, and then you had talked to Nick, and then we had talked to Nick, and somehow we got together. You're not hearing it? Was it? What's going on?
Just keep going.
And somehow we got together, and we came up on Friday. We started our first investigation, and the reason I'm bringing this up now is because hopefully people are going to watch it on the YouTube channel and see that's that big-ass piece of artillery Steve was talking about.
Yeah.
Because that woman, that's her own personal property. They gave us the keys, and who knows? That's a priceless piece of history and weaponry right there, because you can't place a price tag on that. But they just gave us access to everything. So we're gonna have 3 more shows that we're putting up, and you, with your knowledge of the paranormal and your investigation techniques, have opened up doors to us we didn't think would exist. What you got going on, Jason? You're freaking me out over there.
No, man, I got this.
You got this shit? I'm just supposed to pretend you're not doing that.
Let me
Stop looking at the man on the board.
Exactly.
Let me drive this bus and you lie to the people.
That's right. No, keep doing what we're doing. I think we should leave this in here. It makes it more
No,
fucking
it is.
interesting.
It's cool, man. Yeah.
Exactly.
Everybody used to it already. They're like,
Oh, no, it's like these guys are fucked up. So
We
we're
own
used
it,
to that
though.
shit. Oh no, we totally own it. And so we use that piece of equipment, and we were introduced to that piece of private property, and then we went again over to the Museum of Haunted Objects, and that's owned and operated by your partner, right?
Jolene, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jolene
So-
Spooky Riley.
wow.
So you're a world traveler.
Mm-hmm.
You participate in these Renaissance festivals, these Viking. What do you call those? The Viking things you do?
They're pretty much,
Like
get-togethers.
reenactments?
Yeah, they're like period.
It's
We
like
just
a
get together
cosplay
and have
kind
fun.
of thing.
Yeah,
Just,
sort of.
kind of let the steam out.
But
you know what I mean?
it's historical recreation. So you're basically
And everybody knows
reenacting.
everything
It's-
about the
Is
Vikings.
this
They do.
Is this the church rating thing? The
What?
Christmas when you go in there and you chop the Pope in half or something like that? I don't know.
They chop the Pope in half.
I don't know.
We're here. We're here to rape and pillage. Bring out your Pope.
So coming up in Tattered Flag here,
Right.
next week we actually have 2 Viking dinners, which we
Nice.
have. Everybody comes out in costume. We have Viking themed food.
That place gives me Valhalla-esque vibes, dude. It's
Oh,
definitely
dude, it's
it's a
built for
hall.
drinking and fighting.
Yeah,
Oh
hall
my
and
goodness.
Tattered Flag go hand in
You
hand.
could do
Yeah,
some
fuck yeah,
damage in that place.
I wanna drink mead
is
in
great.
there. Yeah, no,
we
that's fine.
we get everybody. We got to do something up there, man. We got to have a big party up there. We have to.
Should
Some
have a
way, shape, or
Valhalla
form.
fucking party, dude.
We had Jason's book signing over there.
Yes, thank you guys. I appreciate
welcome.
it. Because I had to do everything by myself, man.
It's
but
all
you
good.
guys held it down. My motherfucking
You didn't do it
mind,
by
man.
yourself because I was
No,
right
you,
there with
yes.
you.
No,
Yeah,
dude,
by
no.
myself means my peoples.
Yes, right.
Exactly. And the reason
I handle my side.
the reason I'm taking a circuitous route is to point out.
Damn, wait. Say that shit again.
The reason I'm taking a circuitous route, which means I'm going through a few things. I'm going through the paranormal stuff. I'm going
gave
through
me
the
mulch,
history
Steve. I'm
stuff.
sorry, man.
I'm going through Dan's history, and he's a fucking explosives expert.
He's and a rescue diver.
And exactly. And
Right.
how did I miss that? I didn't have that in my
I got
fucking
your back,
notes.
dog. Listen.
That's fucking bullshit. And what's that? Oh, the rescue diver thing? Did you put that on there?
No.
That's fucking. No, I could tell.
I put a lot on him.
but not that.
No, not that.
You were going through the tattoos yesterday. I was like, damn, I tattooed the shit out
So
of
that's
him.
my first tattoo is my little tokay gecko there on my shoulder. I got him at the age of 19.
Tokay. What does that mean?
Tokay gecko, that's just the name of the actual gecko. It's a tokay gecko, T-O-K.
Is that a coming of man signal? Or
Too
anything?
gay. It's a too gay gecko. That gecko is too gay for anywhere but his shoulder.
It was my first reptile, like my first pet growing up.
You gotta put
and
some
that was
fucking
kinda-
dragon
Oh,
wings
yeah?
on that
That was
gecko.
your first pet? What was his name?
I never gave him a name.
You never gave a name to
It
a
was
pet?
just Geck.
That's
You know,
disturbing to me.
G-E-C-K, Geck.
You didn't
Yeah,
give your
you're gonna
pet
have a
name.
fucking, you're gonna have a pet lizard and not.
It's like you
name
didn't
it.
want to get attached to it, so you're
It's
like,
either
if it
Geck-
dies, it
it's either
dies.
Geck or Hey Lizard.
Or
And I'd feed him
Thumbs.
mice and shit.
Thumbs
It was
would have
fun
been a
to
good
watch
name.
So
for
you
a
gonna name your
lizard.
kid? Hey
Thumbs.
boy,
You, human, small human,
Small.
tiny human,
small ignorant human.
small noisy human.
4 or 5.
Anyway, another thing
I got
about
5
Pat,
tattoos by you.
Yeah.
first brewery and distillery combination in Pennsylvania. We did a tour with Pat over at Tattered Flag, and you could tell this motherfucker loves it.
First
loves
twice,
the shit.
dude.
Actually, that
It's like
wasn't the
first
one.
twice.
The first,
Did it-
one,
did-
the first one didn't work out so well.
No,
What
but
didn't work out?
It
What
was
are you talking
your,
the
about?
first one. The first brewery.
It didn't work.
Oh, no, that was.
it didn't work out because of you.
No.
It didn't work out
so
because of
that's-
someone else.
And again, like we talked about, that was another time you were involved with a vet,
Right.
and he fucked you.
Right.
Absolutely fucked you, just like the other jerk off who did. And again, here you are, fucking helping out as many guys as you can, and that's commendable. And
I
when
hear what you're-
well, because if you, oh, and I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, I mean, I'm just with you,
Because
dog.
you jumped right in business with Pat over there, another fucking vet,
Right.
and you're helping him crush it.
He was originally helping me out. And
Past
when I
tense.
got busy, and they
That's
were
what
looking, him and his
happened. That's
buddies were
not
looking
what's
to open
happening.
up their place, and he was coming to help me. And then everything went down at my place, and I was like, "All right, I gotta get out. I gotta get out of this situation." And as I did so,
For everybody else's safety, I'm gonna fucking tap out.
Pat, like, I wish I had somebody like me to those guys over at Tattered Flag growing up that I went through all this experience and I have all this knowledge, and I wish I had somebody that could text.
got
us, like,
something
"Hey, I
better.
got this
It
going
is
on.
you,
I got-"
dog.
But it is.
I
And
wish
that's
I had a fairy
They said, "Hey, you wanna
godparents
come
that had
play with us?"
almighty,
And I said, "Yes, I
almighty
do."
powers. You are the fucking fairy godparent with almighty powers, motherfucker. Motherfucking turning dudes into church mouses. Listen to me. You the fucking man, bro. I want you to understand
Totally.
that shit, dog.
Yeah.
You created the first one, and it went to shit because of someone else, and you didn't just get defeated and stop and not. You created the first one.
Exactly.
That is fucking stronger than ever. You learned a valuable lesson that a lot of people in America are starting to learn because of the, the transition period of fucking veterans getting out and getting into the, civilian
Dude,
workforce.
we just begun.
Yeah, so you're starting to see some shit. You know what you guys are starting to notice? Not all fucking war vets or vets that fucking, beat their chest. Not all of them could be trusted. You approach these situations because you gave them the benefit of the doubt for being patriots, because that's the kind of dude you are.
And you did the fucking research on these guys, and if you just went off everything you could find
On paper,
online
yeah.
with these fucking people, you'd never think that they would screw you over as bad as they have. Personally, professionally, all that shit. And then you go right again and jump in with the Tattered Flag guys and just fucking crushed it. Every single, I didn't see the kitchen or anything, or I wasn't paying attention. We might have walked through there. But when we walked through the brewing process, we walked through the cooler, we walked through the distilling process, we went and we saw the stills, we saw where they actually put the liquor into the bottles. He went and showed us how to measure the proof and all that stuff. You can tell that there's an extraordinary amount of passion and love for that. So I don't think, because if you love what you do, you're not working.
Right.
Not only that, if you
So
didn't
it's-
love it, you would have let that defeat win, dude, and you would have fucking
Well, yeah, you
go
came
work
back-
somewhere else.
We
You
had
know
like
what I'm saying?
four. We had,
And you got plenty of opportunities
And I'm
out
not
here.
try-
You could have
and I'm
done a
not
lot of
trying to
shit
dr-
full time out here.
easy.
You chose to still do all that shit full time and pursue your fucking passion. You found the right partner. And I know what that feels like, dog. That's crazy. Someone that has your interests in mind and vice versa. But more importantly, I want to stress, you can't trust every fucking veteran just because they're a veteran.
No, I pretty much, unfortunately, give most people the benefit of the doubt, and I'll
Right.
give them trust before trust is earned. And to be honest with you, yes,
And if
that's
they
burned me,
if they screw you over, not shame on
It's
you.
on them.
That's negative karma to them.
correct.
Yeah.
And hey, I did my part. I did my good thing. I did,
It's like taking advantage of a retarded boy.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
It's true.
You mean anally, right? Anally. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh no! I was
Like I said,
Yeah, that's exactly what you mean. Shut up.
fun of Dan for
No,
being
you're
so
just-
sweet and simple.
There's no more tomato sauce in your beard. We're over there talking. I'm writing my notes before the show. We're over there talking, and I look at Jason. I'm like, come over here. And he's like, what? And there's a fucking big chunk of tomato sauce in his beard. And he's like, did you get it? I'm like, not all, but
then
he's
he-
like, starts coming.
Then he grabbed. Then he
I'm like,
grabbed it
"Oh."
with his teeth. Like that.
did it
I
taste
rub
better the
my
second time?
taint on it so I could camouflage
Like
it.
a mama lion.
That's right. My perineum. You know what your perineum is, right? It's that piece of skin between your anal orifice and your
It
scrotum.
sounds like it
The
belongs
perineum.
down there.
That's what it is.
I thought that was a gooch or the taint.
Well,
That sounds like it belongs down there,
I'm
too.
using the medical term because
Different
if you're
dialects.
going to be completely disgusting, at least you should sound semi-intelligent. You
told
like that?
Remember what I
I'm
was
just,
talking
I'm
about?
saying.
Yeah.
I watched the video. I seldom listen to our podcasts, and I seldom watch our videos because I'm a fucking asshole like that. But I did watch one video, and I say fuck so much. It's like I'm mentally defective.
And I think everybody else just stopped cursing, so now it's
Now it's just me.
all it
is. This is the podcast. Steve says fuck 27,000 times, and people giggle occasionally, and we leave.
But they
That's
giggle.
embarrassing.
They giggle consistently, though.
There's
You see what I'm saying?
consistent giggles.
It's something about Steve and fuck
Well, you know, with,
that when I say it, it's like when Steve says it, it's like
you know they say
It's the gray beard, I think.
Dude,
knowledge
it's a
is
great
power.
beard. Yeah.
It's got to be.
Knowledge is power, but also intelligence is also insanity. Think about that one. The more
Don't get too
intelligent
deep
people
over
usually
here,
become,
Dang.
the more insane they become.
Is that true?
Well, it's just because your brain gets overloaded with stupid shit and you lose your fucking mind.
Nah, I think
because-
that's a decision. I think that's absolutely a decision to let your brain get overloaded with stupid shit. And I get it because as humans, I know you're with me. When you're talking about negative stuff, you get that little buzz. Don't say you don't, because I know you do. You get that little buzz. Or you're talking about real positive stuff, and you get that buzz. So if you choose to lock your brain up with nonsense, it's absolutely your choice, because you can choose to operate on a higher frequency. Like you've noticed the negativity that we've discussed, I went over it quickly.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Learn
That's
from
where
it,
we're
though.
going.
And that's
Learn from
where being passive aggressive within your circle is a hindrance. You know what I mean? You gotta approach shit up front, get it out of there, shake it loose. Especially if you care and revere for each other, dude. I want you around me, but you need to know
Yeah.
your breath smells like nachos. Dude.
You know, they say about it's much better to have that uncomfortable conversation.
Exactly.
And if something's eating you, have that uncomfortable conversation and get it the hell out of the way and take care of it. Because if you don't, 3 years down the road, you blow up and all of a sudden it's like, where'd this come from? 3 years, eh?
Well, not just
and,
that.
hanging
and
on
then
to it.
somebody's got a steel barrel pen stuck in their neck and they don't know why.
Steve's due for some violence. Like he's
I just
begging
love
for
that
it.
steel barrel pen. Look at that's a fine precision writing instrument. Look at but that thing, dude.
We need to get him
What
back
I
on
could do with that
contract
thing.
I have a suspicion. Let me smell that shit real
Okay.
quick, dog. Dude,
I had it in my butt.
if you wait that long,
Yeah.
it's not that one thing. It's a ton of shit compounded, and not one of them have the importance they deserve. So now you just fucking package
Wasted
deal
all
a
that
ton
time.
of shit that fucking irks you. Instead of saying, "Oh, that shit irked me, bitch. I don't like that," or "Dude, that shit irked me. I don't like that. Don't do that," and they could get over that real quickly.
And which is why we're inflating you now, because
Yeah, 'cause we're gonna diss
you
the
and
shit
I-
out of you. Like,
and
no, I'm
I-
joking.
No, you and I spoke.
I love this guy.
Prior to you coming on here, you and I spoke, I'm going to say maybe 2 months ago. We spoke for about 70, 75 minutes on a telephone.
over an hour, yeah.
Yeah. Real easy conversation. We talked about a bunch of stuff. We talked about mom and dad, where you grew up, what you had going on. We talked about a failed marriage. We talked about a couple of business problems that you had with vets. And then here you are on the other side of that, and that's a relatively short period of time.
Right.
But here you are, killing it over a tattered flag, killing it, absolutely killing it with these paranormal investigations. And with those too, you can tell that you're absolutely passionate and you love it. You love it. So you've done in 20 years, and you've been working over here. What is it, Gettysburg Ghost Tours or something?
Gettysburg
Like
Ghost Tours and Gettysburg Paranormal Association.
Yeah. Say that again.
Gettysburg Ghost Tours and Gettysburg
How do
Paranormal
they find
Association.
them? Are they on social media or just Facebook
Yes.
or what?
GettysburgGhostTours.com. And then also the Gettysburg Paranormal Association also has its own Facebook page and everything.
Yeah.
It's on 47 Steinway Avenue in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It is right beside Tattered Flag Tap Room. So
Which
we have
is
a tap
odd.
room.
How weird is that?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. There's a
But see, dude, look at this shit. This is what I'm talking about. Two things that he's the fucking most passionate about. He gets to do all day, every day. And he has the one office. Wait, you can't hear me?
No, the phone.
phone's ringing. Yeah.
And he, so what? The
Worry
fuck?
about the production.
Fuck you, motherfucker. I can't help myself. You start moving, I start noticing. I can't help it.
We work
I
around
can't
you.
help it. I know, I'm sorry.
It's your beautiful green eyes.
I can't
Scott.
help it.
Come
I'm
on.
sorry. I try and focus. I try and focus and be less controlling.
Thank you.
No, so my if you look at what you got going on now from 10,000 feet, you got both of your passions that you do every day.
Yeah.
That's a fucking total home run.
Yeah.
And then from that conversation, you're like, hey, you guys should come up and do this. We had a couple, I don't want to say false starts, but we had, I think, one missed date, and then we finally got this date together. We came up and you instantly had an investigation set up for us. So to be that dialed in this community, people have to trust you. You have to have how many interactions with how many, people that live here, not just tourists. How many people that live here every day? Like in local business owners and shit. Like locals, how many do you speak to every day?
Not too many because I work so damn much, to be honest with you. But when I go into places, people know me, I know them. We say hi, talking, how's business been, all that kind of stuff. And I'm one of those guys that I'm nice to everybody. And of course that bites you in the ass sometimes because you give too much people credit for the doubt. But that's on them again. Like Jason said, that's on them. It's not on me. So getting a chance to know people and they know who I am and they know you're genuine.
Right.
They're not really gonna. I don't fuck with them. They don't fuck with me.
Right.
And I support anybody anybody who's trying hard and anybody who's working hard. I say, hey, you guys want some good food? Go here. You guys want some good drinks? Go here. You guys want a tour? Do this. If you want to see this, do this. Those sorts of things. And all I can do is just suggest the things that I enjoy and things that I like, and maybe you'll like them too.
And that's what we talk about that, or we have talked about it on several different occasions on the show, is about being genuine and being authentic. Because if you're not out there doing what you can to help other people, the world's not going to respond to that.
Right.
If you're out there and, it sounds like some esoteric fucking hippie bullshit, and that's not my deal. But my point is, if you're doing the right thing the right way and you're trying to help people and you're genuine and authentic, then you're going places. You're doing shit, and people respond to that, which is why I think we do have a couple listeners out there, people that respond because they know we're not full of shit. Like if I could sit down when I talk with somebody for the first time and say, hey, just so you know, you're better looking, you're smarter, you're stronger, your dick's bigger, you have more money than me. So here, you're cool with that, right? So let's just go forward.
Right.
Fucking get out of yourself, get out of ego. And the reason I brought that up is you're going to run into bad people. That's just, but don't let it fuck your shit up. Just treat everybody nice. Like I am polite to everybody until I'm not. Was that you who said, they called somebody sir, and they were like, my name's not sir, my name's... I'd have been like, well,
people get offended. You. People get offended because you're being polite. Like,
right. And
yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I'd be like, fuck you.
Don't you call me ma'am. Okay, bitch. It's like, I'm being polite. I was raised with manners to say,
right.
With respect, to give respect, and respect is given back.
Right.
If you don't want my respect, fine, then fuck you. That's the thing.
I can't survive that exchange. So
what do you mean?
I refrain from being the engaging person. I give people what they give me. So if someone looks at me and goes, hey, how you doing? I will give them that same fucking smile back, the hi. I would even go as far, hey, it's warm out here. It's beautiful. Another day above ground. All that, positive shit. Because I'm always afraid of somebody doing that exact thing. Me extending a courtesy and them shitting on me, which I know I shouldn't get wrapped around the axle what another person does or doesn't do. All right, what they eat doesn't make me shit. I get it, and no one can not be me. In fact, I should be honored not to expect everyone to fucking be me. Fuck that. It's the truth.
Yeah.
That sets me above them. The fact that I have consideration for those that I care about and I reciprocate, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. But when that doesn't happen in my direction, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get tight.
I hear you, and I have been there also. Now I understand exactly what you're saying. Is because your brain interprets that as disrespect, which I'm not saying I disagree with that, but the reality is you don't know where that person is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that negative response, that's all that person.
Exactly.
So I don't even participate in that. If it's a face-to-face situation and I can't get out of, you see me. I just respond with whatever's required. But if it's a situation like in passing, then I won't even acknowledge it. So and I firmly believe if you're out there doing the right thing, trying to help where you can, that shit returns to you. Fucking karma isn't playing.
Yeah.
It's real.
One of the slogans that I always have is people always ask, how are you today? I said, living the dream. Some days it's a nightmare, but it's still a dream.
Right. Jason's probably heard me say this, and I think he said something to me about it one day. He said, how you doing? I was like, man, I woke up breathing. That's fucking. The rest of the day's a win for me.
You woke up breathing and fucking?
No. That's me. Thank you for pointing that out. I've probably been saying fucking every other word and didn't realize it, right?
He was fucking trying to do good, dude, and you just
didn't
bring it
even
back.
notice it.
Jesus, Dan. Dan's like,
See,
no,
I
no.
didn't
Dan's like,
even
on my
notice it.
episode, it's going down.
Do you want to see gasoline on the fire? Do you
Yeah.
want to see it?
I do not want to see the PG-13 label on my episode. Fuck that. I've been listening since day one. Seriously, thanks,
No,
Dan.
Dan.
Yes.
He's fucking fan number one.
Fan to number 2, Dean. Dean was there before we announced.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
We had to give it to Dean, dude.
I love you, and I wish
But you
I
know
could
you
give
love
you a fan
Dean's the
number
man
one,
too,
but
dude.
But I can't.
Nah.
There's a dude named Dean Coleman who is just a fucking extraordinary cat. I always fuck it up. What's his deal? What's his profession? What's he do?
Grammy-nominated producer.
What's
works on movie sets.
Yeah.
Mainly does EDM,
Music, right?
dubstep.
Yeah.
Like he's fucking great with it, but he does everything actually.
Yeah.
He actually did the scoring for Solo.
Dude, we got to make
on the
him
scoring
the Godfather of Soft Bad
I
Monkey
think
T-shirt.
we said it plenty of times. Oh no, we didn't.
We need to make
it
the Godfather of Soft Bad Monkey somehow.
with his
But-
big shit eating grin on it.
I know he's a fucking great dude. On the other side of that, Dan is fan number 2. Have you listened to every show?
Dan
66 episode. You have?
You know what? There's an episode that's missing off mine. I think it's 63.
He is.
Yeah, it's missing off everybody's actually. Isn't that weird?
I'll take the heat on that one.
Notice how I said welcome to this episode of Soft Bad Monkey. Notice how it didn't have a number,
Why,
the
we forgot a
numerator in
number?
front of it.
No, we didn't forget
There was
the
no
number.
number. No, we didn't do that.
I tell you why.
Why do you
because-
think that is? Because 63 is fucking missing, Dan. You know what
Let
that
me-
means to somebody who has OCD?
Let me explain my side and you explain your side. Can we do
Okay,
that?
no, go ahead. No, I'm
And
done.
they
I
can email us.
ranted.
You know you
I
can
ranted.
email-
I'm
Good
fucking
job.
beautiful
You know you
now.
can easily
Send that
change
shit.
that just by shifting the numbers on them, right?
Hey, shut
No,
up.
but listen,
Shut up,
I'm
Dan.
also.
Don't take away my ammunition.
It is literally typing 2 numbers.
Shut up. Jason has the
website.
fucking
Dan,
conch.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make this episode 63. How about that?
There we go.
No, go ahead. Anyway,
I'm actually gonna
defend
do that.
yourself. God damn
I am
it.
defending myself. I'm making this episode 63.
Defend-
No, but what I'm saying
Oh,
is,
that would be great.
it is gonna do that. We
Yeah.
are gonna do that. We're gonna fill in that gap.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna
Dude,
appease all
Dan-
parties. I'm learning
Bro,
that.
this is the fucking
compromise
soft-
shit is good, dude.
This is the Soft Bad Monkey notebook.
Would you be honored to hold 63, the missing episode?
I'm retiring.
That's like floor 13 type shit, dude.
bro.
So you.
Every podcast we've done, I got all the notes in it right here, and all the little stupid pieces of paper and stickers and shit. I'm retiring the first Soft Bad Monkey notebook after Dan's episode.
Like auctioning it?
Oh, no, I'm just
Can
gonna-
we
I'm-
frame it and auction it?
I'm gonna. I was
you
just
wanna-
gonna
you
keep
don't
it with
auction
my
it, you wanna keep
paperwork
it.
at the house with my legal shit because it's at some point in time it's
Take
gonna
all
be
the
interesting.
references to hookers and cocaine out of
No,
it.
fuck no, dude. I ain't taking any of the references to hookers and cocaine out. What are you talking about?
Put it
That's
in
the
the
only
shadow
reason
box
I'm
and
here.
put it to skip.
My identity, baby.
Dude, if it wasn't for hookers and cocaine, I wouldn't be here. Dude, you're laughing. I totally would not be.
Steve Ralston translated in time is White Snake.
Angry short white snake, actually.
Angry inch.
I
Give it a
prefer
whole inch.
angry short white spider snake.
That's what you get for giving us all your good shit. We throw it back at you.
What's
I
that?
can't
Who, me?
wait to use some of your terms, man. I'll be using them on people that don't know shit. They'll be like, oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's right.
Whose terms?
All yours. I'll be jacking all your sayings,
Dude,
man.
jack on my shit, man. It's fucking free.
Why is there a
Go
lot of
grab it.
jacking going on over
A
here?
whole lot of jacking going on. You're in a room full of boys, Dan. Why do you think? Lots of wieners. Paulie taught me about docking the other day. Did we talk about that yet?
Did- no, we're not.
Docking is when a male homosexual's penis is larger than his partner's, and they dock. They rub their wieners together, and the foreskin.
The size has no bearing.
No, it does because you need to. It does though.
You need a little bit bigger
Because
force.
You
one
need
has
more
to-
elasticity of the
No,
skin.
one has to encompass the other one, so it has to be physically larger.
It has to consume the
It
other.
has to consume the other one, like some kind
Like
of
a king
weird-
cobra.
Yeah, like a king cobra. That's
Snake
a good
eating
one.
a snake.
So Paulie taught me this. I'm like, Paulie, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he was like, dude, I watch weird porn. That's it.
Yeah.
That was the answer. And I love you for that.
And I learned a lot of new words like masturbatory.
Masturbatory. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Say it right.
I told you about being
Steve?
filthy. If you're going to be filthy, you have to sound
Steve is the fucking Scrabble champion. He be blowing me away, dude.
Masturbatory.
Masturbatory.
Is it a masturbatory?
Let's
Yeah,
me and
but
you do it
that's
together.
dumb. That just sounds dumb. Masturbatory. It just
Masturbatory.
It sounds adolescent, but masturbatory. That's
It's like a mature way of
That
saying.
sounds educated.
You jag of. That's like a
Exactly.
mature way of saying that.
So if you're gonna be filthy, sound educated.
Okay.
and it
good
sounds
with
like you're
that?
celebrating.
Oh, totally celebrating
because the words sound like it's masturbatory.
Oh, yeah. Like celebratory, masturbatory.
It sounds like you're gonna get a
You like that?
valedictorian fucking scarf.
You're like all happy about it and shit, pulling on it like a mental patient. I said that to Jolene, and she was like, "I don't know if I should laugh or if I should be offended."
But she rocked with it, dude.
She wasn't playing around.
She rolls with it.
When we come up next time, we'll get Jolene and Pat on the podcast if it works out. But again, we can't thank you enough for sharing your knowledge and your fucking love for all this shit. It's amazing, and what a great attitude you have, and how willing you are to participate and help other vets after everything that's happened.
It's one of those things where it's finding a passion,
Right?
and rolling with it and learning the much and doing the much of it as you can. Like, why would you find something you really, really like?
Right.
I'm going to leave you to do that every once in a while. No,
Right.
do it as often as you can. And then if you find some other things that you enjoy, and it's something that I'm truly passionate about, and it's an art form, and it's like Jason with his art, his art's always changing. It, most likely it's probably that you learn something new and just find something out. It's like, shit, I never did it.
Should
that
always
way.
aim to progress, bro.
And it's
Dude,
like,
what you do?
You never are a master of your craft because you're always learning. You're always a student.
Right.
And the craft always changes and the world always
I'm
changes.
not trying to perfect it, but trying to take it to the next level. Whatever craft it is. Like for me, looking at you, I would think storytelling, because that is incredibly challenging. That's like one of the biggest fears, is individuals speaking in front of other individuals because of the self-centered fear and bullshit.
Right.
People are like, well, if I don't sound like this, or if I don't sound like this, or this person isn't going to be thinking what I think they should be thinking about me, so they don't say anything.
That confidence he exudes come from that subject duty expert
'cause they're unwilling.
position he's in. He knows what the hell he's talking about.
Well,
you know
he
what I mean?
knows what the hell he's talking about, and he relates to the people he's with, and he fucking loves it. That's the fucking juice right there to love it.
And when people say, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And that's horseshit.
Right.
Because some days you feel like garbage, you haven't slept,
Right.
You're sick, you're hungover, whatever the hell it is, and you go
Oh,
in.
you
it's
say
just-
say those last two again.
You're sick and hungover?
Say the last two again.
Sick and hungover?
Exactly. How many gallons of whiskey are in your house right now? Come on, last night you said it was 50, motherfucker. Is that inaccurate?
I wouldn't say 50 gallons.
You
but,
said 50 gallons.
But I would say
yesterday.
probably close to 50 different types of bottles from all over
You
the
said there were
world.
50 gallons of whiskey in your house yesterday.
It would be all alcohol.
No, you said yesterday.
snitched on yourself
said 50
yesterday.
gallons of whiskey.
It wouldn't be just whiskey. It would be all the alcohol. So there's
right,
vodka, there's
50
tequila,
gallons worth
there's
of
rum.
shit up in
Exactly.
there. You ready for the party,
It's
baby?
what I do though, and if
know.
I'm
No, I
out
know, I know.
and I'm somewhere
dude, that's
traveling,
his- tell me that's
and
not
I find
his
something that's
art.
delicious,
No,
I
it
buy it
is.
and bring it home.
Bro,
Like, why wouldn't I not do that?
walking through the distillery with him and him pointing out he knows every single fucking inch of every piece of gear, how it works, how to fix it, where it goes, and then they're what the fuck were they taking out of there, like the barley or some shit to feed to the pigs because it had protein in
The
it?
spent grain,
Yeah, the
out of the
spent
mash
grain.
tun,
Which
yeah.
smelled really good, by the way.
But
Yeah.
knows everything about that particular subject, dude. That's art.
So-
no other way to describe that.
He was the first fan. I don't want to call you fan because it's kind of cheap, but fucking supporter.
Right. Let's just
of
go with
me,
supporter.
of me, of Delgado.
Of fucking
Yeah.
of fucking Plumpy lift up a fucking box truck Delgado. Holy shit.
McMahon
Saw
shit.
those fucking
Yeah, I was
photographs.
Diesel back
We
then.
came
yeah.
up to Bridgeport, Connecticut, and we came up to Gunmetal, and you did the Wounded Warrior fundraiser and everything
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
we
football playing Delgado. God damn,
we stayed in
son.
a hotel right there, and we got wrecked. I mean, it was
Wrecked.
Like, all my guys in the industry know,
REKT. Wrecked.
you come and hang with me.
It's going to get nutty. There is a propensity for some shit to go down.
And the next day,
Say less.
And the next day.
Say less.
I wake up, unknown individual who was along for the ride, who was face down on the floor, never even made it to bed, literally came in the door and hit the floor. Like, bam.
And you slept there all night?
Slept there all
Did you wake up with your pants on?
night. Yes.
You did?
That was my fault.
Should have banged
Not the pants part,
In
the
the
sleeping
morning,
part. Yeah.
we get
Why'd
down,
you
we
leave
go-
him on the floor?
We go to the restaurant
Ah, shit to
across the
do,
street.
baby.
You didn't know he was there, or did you step over him?
He a grown ass man. I'm
Did
like,
Did you
peace,
tell me
Dad,
you
I'm
stepped
out.
over him? Did you step over him?
Maybe, I don't remember. I was trash too.
Get
Nice.
some greasy bacon and eggs and some coffee to take over the
Perfect.
hangover in the morning. And
What the fuck else?
my buddy and I are
Cocaine's good
sitting
for
there,
hangovers.
and we picked a booth right in the sun. So the unnamed individual comes down the steps and across the street, and he sits down, and he's just sitting there, and his eyes are barely open, and he's like, I hate you guys. Because he knew we stuck him right in the sun because his hangover, he was still probably 3 sheets to the wind in the morning, I'd imagine.
I got to tell you,
He passed out and slept the whole ride home.
I would value that interaction with those other people, except for that person you just mentioned, and just mentioning that human. It kind of cheapens the whole experience for me.
It's like
I still love you though. It's just that the mention of that human anywhere.
it's like taking a
No, it
tall
wasn't him.
glass.
Oh,
of
it wasn't
fucking-
him.
No, it wasn't him.
Oh, okay.
He's just
No,
making fun of someone, so he don't want to say their name.
No, I don't want to throw him under the bus.
Gay. I'd throw shit under the bus. You're getting fucked up and you
but
can't
at least
hang.
keep talking shit about him. When
That's
you,
right.
So
If you can't hang, we're gonna talk shit about you. That's just the way it goes down, my son.
So the other individual you're talking about. Anyway, so this guy
Right.
posts a challenge, I guess.
And a dick
Says,
pic. You post a dick pic.
yeah,
No?
Steve, bro, we gotta get you laid, dude.
Dude, my fiance's been gone a week.
He posts a
Clubbing the
challenge.
dummy.
Anyone to come see me and get tattooed this logo, they'll get a Resco watch, like a $2,000 one, right? Or something like that.
You got it on
It's
right
like
now,
12
don't you?
I don't know. It's
Shit, that's above 1,000. That's a lot.
You got your
1,200.
rocks in your pocket?
yes.
Good.
Good job. Rocks over
I got my
Resco
crack
food.
rocks on.
That's right. Put the crack rocks.
I just
on
say
the
the
table.
rock-
Hold the crack
Mm,
rocks up so he can see them. So, and we're gonna talk about the Resco watch and the tattoo. I didn't forget that. I just want to.
I got okay.
Dude, what the fuck? That's like a girl's purse anchor. What the fuck is wrong with you?
No, those are the keys to locations for investigating, so we can
okay, you're
choose
lucky.
wherever we want to go and we can let ourselves in.
Because a girl put that together, right?
You got
That's
more
yes.
keychains than a dyke, bro. What's going on over there?
He's like a super, like a building super in a fucking
Lesbian
skyscraper.
super. That's what you look like.
Wow, that's mean.
The keys, not the face.
No, not the face.
Ain't no
Wow.
lesbian could grow
Dude,
epic beard like
lesbians would
that.
kill to have
my
that
mojo
face.
bag.
Anyway, he's mojo bag. So anyway, he comes up to Connecticut to get tattooed, to get this Resco watch. And
The next day, dude.
the next day.
And
how
you
many
know how-
hours is that? 6, 5?
Oh, way more than
No,
that.
it's about a little over 3 hours
Right.
from here to
How
Bridgeport.
the hell? If from here to New York took us what, 4 hours?
Yeah, about 4, right? Wasn't it 4?
Bridgeport's another hour.
Yeah,
That's
about
like 5
3-ish.
hours, dude.
3.5 hours.
I'd say it's about 3.5. Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere about.
Probably went
Right.
up north and then like.
Yeah, yeah. Stay away from the city. Stay away from Philadelphia.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
around
yeah.
that
All right,
direction.
so
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Don't go around that way.
Still,
Yeah.
not a light ride.
No.
No.
Not at all. No.
3 hours to come see someone you only heard about.
Yeah. And then get tatted for another 6 hours. on
And I
top
know
of
it
that.
wasn't just about the watch.
Right.
The watch is fly though, but you dead ass got a mark from me on your, and then that wasn't the fucking first. Like it was just a relationship after that.
Yeah.
So I want to get to the liquor, the master distiller here. You know, some people they talk a talk, but they rarely walk a walk. So I'm jaded already coming from where I come from. So when we started talking about possibly making my liquor,
Right?
I was
Which he gave us a bottle of yesterday.
yes, dude. Thank you very much.
Well, of course, he hands it to me. Here's a bottle of vodka. It's like, you got any cocaine and hookers? He's like, no, I don't want this.
I'm gonna attest to this man's like fucking steadfastness and his
Attest to
word.
that shit.
I ain't know people move as fast as you, dog. We started talking about the liquor because I thought I was gonna come into some money because I thought I got a fair shake on some
Right.
shit. But long story short, I'm in Puerto Rico on some fucking disaster relief for my grandparents and shit.
Right? I remember.
And Dan fucking emails me or texts me or something. He goes, I got 2
Love
cases
is done.
of your liquor done already, baby, waiting for you to finish the label. I was like, oh, damn. The label was later than the fucking liquor.
It doesn't surprise me.
We just talked about it once, and he executed, dude.
Dude,
God
it's
bless you,
been
bro.
nothing.
You're a real dude, bro.
That's
It's
because
been
do what
nothing-
you say and say what you do. You know,
Exactly.
if I
Right.
say I'm gonna fucking do something, do it.
And my favorite, if you know better, do better.
Don't waste somebody's time if you're not on fucking time. Give them the courtesy. Reach out. Take care of your shit. Be on time. And like you said, Uncle Steve, what the hell is it?
Don't let your dick run your life.
No, give them
Don't
that
drive
one
any
too.
faster than you can see.
What's
Don't
Gary
drink
come on
any
a
more than
mustache?
you weigh.
Be nice, but take no shit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Do no harm, but take no shit.
Do no harm, but take no shit.
Do no harm, but take no fucking shit. Be real and own your shit. And I think that's why you're having so much good luck, because people realize that. They know exactly what you're fucking all about. And
Can we?
that's
jump,
commendable.
I know
Go
you,
ahead.
but I want to jump on energy, and I just realized lately,
Oh,
like
that's right.
everyone,
Energy, that's right.
Everyone that's like freaking genuine and has that no malicious agenda. They just want to enjoy your energy, and you feel that, man. And I've been feeling that out here this whole time. Like everyone really loves what they do out here, dude.
Yeah.
It's almost, and I don't want to cheapen it, but you know how there's an entire culture built up over like carnival life or
Fake
circus
shit.
life or
Right.
I don't want to cheapen it because I'm gonna make an observation that down here, you guys are theatrical about your historical tours.
Well, remember when you're a tour guide, you're an entertainer. I mean, people come out and yes, they want to hear the history, but they don't want to hear over here in this spot in 1863 we had over 60,000 soldiers killed and wounded.
Hold
and
that
blah,
thought.
blah, blah. You got to entertain them. They like
Hold that thought. I'm from one of the biggest cities on the East Coast, and I don't know anybody that fucking does any type of historical tour around the Grand Concourse or some shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
There probably is.
Yeah, but not in the
there's
frequency.
historical tours in the
yeah,
city.
yeah, but in the Met Museum and all that. But
Or
listen
not
to
like
me.
this.
Not his neighbor. Blowing us away like, oh, he's going to take you down here. And as we're walking with them,
Right?
it's that performance again. It's a cultural thing in this town. People need to know their shit.
yeah.
True or false? I get that vibe, dude. And you guys take pride in the way you tell it and execute the story. Each one of you that I encountered this weekend. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Like that's Gettysburg
That's
shit.
their thing. They're not playing.
All of them are very extremely knowledgeable, bro.
And even from my knowledge, I geek out on this shit, so I just like to learn about it.
Right.
And things just stick with me, and they learn all that history, and I get to educate somebody else. And like, you know what's really cool? Check this out and listen to this story. And you tell that story, people are like, whoa. And then it's really neat when you get to pass that down and that passion to somebody else because they have the same interest and the same passion, but might have never heard that story, might have never heard something, and you just enlighten them and like, holy shit, that's incredible. And then they might tell that story to somebody else. And it's keeping the history alive, keeping what happened and all these people who deserve that, their memory to be kept
Remembrance,
alive.
right.
And even when President Lincoln came here, he said they might not remember who was here, but they'll remember what they did here.
Well,
that was one of the things of, you got to keep that shit alive.
I would like the ghost of President Lincoln to know that not only are the events remembered, but you guys know first and last names down to shoe sizes. You don't play around with details. You know it all. It's the little things that put the pieces together.
But the licensed battlefield tour guides, these folks that will take you around, they
See what
know
I mean?
that shit.
He blows me away with the amount of knowledge he knows, and he's saying like
every goddamn thing.
don't-
So,
the
I don't
the
know
licensed
shoe sizes,
ones,
whatever.
the licensed ones.
Exactly.
Dude.
Like all of our history that we tell in Gettysburg Ghost Tours, it's real fact. It's real history.
Right.
And we say, okay, this is the history that's here. You might experience these ghosts because of this history. And then on the walking tours, we talk around and we talk about the different locations on the outside. And then we do the investigations where we give folks the equipment, show them how it works, and bring them into a location like this where we're at today.
We're at right fucking now, actually.
We're right now, and
they do
sitting in
paranormal
the-
investigations in here, kind of like we did last night, except I couldn't hear because the two fucking drunkards were being too loud. And then we would see the shit rolling.
We're
on the
dissing you
table.
guys
Remember
again.
I'm sorry.
that? We still are.
And Dan's like, I make the
It's
shit,
like,
dude.
exactly. Getting hammered and getting louder.
You
Listen
ain't-
to me talking, motherfucker. No, don't go out. Listen to me talking. Listen to me talking about
the
nothing
potato
because
chip-
I'm drunk.
the potato
Listen,
chip bag
keep
flew
listening to me talking.
to the left and right.
Disregard the fucking the gear on the table right here. We're here to hunt ghosts. Listen to me talking because I'm
No,
drunk.
because
and
Paul and
loud.
I were talking to the ghost. We actually had the meters sitting on the table, and we were hitting certain subjects, and it was lighting up. And like, you like that? It would light up again. And you like that? Oh yeah, light up again.
You
To
guys
hear
were
you and
having a
Paulie go,
blast.
like, you like that? Oh, you like that? It's just disturbing.
And then you thought we
Well,
left,
let's
but we went over there and we were just
I
listening
was
to
like,
you
well,
guys.
what's
I was
happening
like,
over there? I was like, they better have their hands above the table, or this is gonna be weird.
You look
And then
at it
he's
and
looking at me
record. That was some
earlier.
amazing dialogue, guys.
Did you get him earlier when he was waxing his mustache? Did you get that? He was waxing his mustache in a circle and looking at me. He's like, Steve, you ever been penetrated by a
No,
ghost?
molested.
Oh, molested? Is that what you said? Molested? And I was like, no.
How you say that with a smile on your face?
Yeah, exactly. With a big smile, waxing up his fucking handlebar mustache. Steve, you ever been molested by a ghost? What? No.
You ever made love
as
to a
matter of
man?
fact- Oh, Jesus. No, I haven't.
Well, that's I started thinking about it. You had the movie Ghostbusters where Dan Aykroyd was in bed, and all of a sudden his pants ain't on,
But that- but
pants
that-
unzipped,
but
his eyes
that
roll
is
back in
just-
his head. It's like, oh shit, Sigourney Weaver.
Exactly.
Zoe just giving it.
That's a subliminal reference to Sigourney Weaver, but fucking, you've seen her.
What was her name? What was her
Sigourney
name?
Weaver.
No,
I am
who
the
was-
gatekeeper.
No, she was the gatekeeper, and he was the key master.
He was the key master.
See, there's even a sex reference there.
The Keymaster was
Rick Moranis.
Rick
but who cares?
Moranis. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that guy, Rick Moranis, crazy successful actor.
Yeah.
His wife gets sick and dies. He leaves acting to be with his kids and raise his kids. Takes his kids to and from school, makes sure they go to college. He's like a stay-at-home dad now.
Great
That's
on him.
crazy.
You know why? He knows what the fuck matters in life, though.
Oh, dude, exactly right.
you were talking about.
Being penetrated by a ghost.
Molested.
God, why do I keep going to penetrated?
Well, the molested is...
Because you know what fuck means, right? For unlawful carnal knowledge. Penetration, however slight, may be construed as carnal knowledge.
But molested
Right?
is an age
Is that what
cut
it is?
off. So that means you were touched as a little boy.
We were playing tummy sticks with dead guys.
Dude, there's that tummy sticks again.
There it is.
Ugh.
I see dead pickles.
This is what I picture when I hear tummy sticks.
Is that like the smack against your stomach when you
The other guy's stomach. I don't know how you got to do it. It's like when you're playing forks in
No, because usually it goes back this way.
when you're playing forks in high school. You're like,
Yeah,
You played forks in high school?
you ever like try to shatter the other dude's fork?
Nope. Can't say I have.
Well, picture that if you
How do you
can.
shatter a metal fork?
Oh, you bend the. It's not metal.
Oh, the
it's
plastic?
It's
sport.
plastic.
Sport.
Oh,
guys.
They're in the
Sport.
Bronx, man. You can't give those kids metal. There've been
Hell no,
fucking
dog.
dead kids everywhere.
I'll turn it back in. I was like, you don't want me. You don't
No,
want
I
me this.
can't. I can't have a metal fork.
I got anger
Mama says I
issues,
can't have a metal fork.
He's got
Ever
that.
since that incident at
He's
Walmart.
got the big pencils. He got a hold with a fist. He's
Is
got
it-
the
this is-
scissors
is
that
this
are
your
all
water
rounded
bottle?
off that don't cut anything.
See, look at Jason's water bottle. He's got to have some girth. You know his pencil's huge.
Damn. I saw your bulge today, by the way.
How'd you like it?
Not a typical white bulge. I
do
am
you mean?
impressed.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. You know they say the things, the guys, and the small things.
He came in to get me today when I was in my pajamas, and what did you say?
I was like, I see you a little bit different now, Steve. You're actually packing heat, man. I see you, baby. He says, because he talks about his...
He's talking about me.
it's an angry.
He's hung by a wolf
Yeah, you
spider,
know,
right?
this guy's all right. He's all right. Eh? You know what I mean?
Thank you.
If your best friend can't tell you you're
Hey,
packing
bro.
heat, who can, bro? Come on. I got to uplift my bros. Hey,
That's exactly.
look at me, Dan. All those girls will line at you. You're packing heat, bro.
That's what I'm talking about. Fucking pound a nail with that little motherfucker. See, that was filthy. But it didn't
Like
didn't
Guinness
sound.
Book of World Record shit right there.
That didn't sound intelligent, did it? No, motherfucker. That's
Something
not really that
Drago would
intelligent.
do, right? Fucking-
Say again?
Something Drago would do. Hammering a fucking nail with
Oh,
his
that's
fucking-
it. You'll take it and like it. He should be fucking exterminated. That filthy slur. That's where we're going with this, right?
Jaga's a good cat.
No,
Yeah,
dude,
he's
I got
Hey,
nothing.
you think you could drop a word for the brothers?
Yeah,
over
get him
here?
on here. I'd love to have him on here. Come up here and meet. That would be fucking good shit. All the paranormal investigations we're doing up here have been set up by this man.
Yeah.
So,
But last minute, so I just, what did I say that earlier? I said, this guy's got juice.
it's super
Bro,
juice.
we were occupying a history professor's time at 10 at night, dude.
Yeah.
He stood there and waited for us just because his bro asked him to and gave us the official tissue tour of one of the world's largest Civil War weapons collection.
Privately owned.
It was about 6 o'clock. It wasn't 10 o'clock. But
It was.
It felt like
dark.
that.
It
We
was
drove
dark. It was-
over
it was right when it
here.
got dark, so it was a
I
little bit
was,
after
I was
6,
3
probably.
blunts in already. It
Probably
felt like
there.
10 o'clock.
I mean, we were there for a good hour, I would imagine.
Good.
So.
But no, he would have kept talking too. If I didn't shut him down because we had to get gear ready and stuff, he would have kept rolling.
Yeah.
He loved that shit. And he's a history teacher too.
I feel like you didn't shut him down. I think it just transitioned perfectly.
Like we got to the end of to the modern firearms from where firearms started and how
Right.
they changed from one evolution to the next in the military firearms and how they went from prototypes to the military and then the military to civilians.
Whatever
and
we threw at him,
then all the way up to the Colt
he had it.
45s.
he
and
killed
stuff.
it, and then as a matter of fact, it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was sweet, dude.
It was super sweet.
And the reason why we're not going to elaborate on it is because it's a project, guys. We're going to release it too. So we had
Well,
a
we're
lot
gonna-
of great
and
opportunities to
you're gonna
record
figure
shit
out how
here.
we
yeah.
release all the material and keep this in here. But this is where we're using this. We came out and we jumped right into the investigations, and now we're doing the podcast. So we have more investigations tonight.
The tour of the brewery, don't
Yeah.
forget that.
No,
and
we-
his
we-
expertise as we follow him around.
Absolutely.
And Paulie
him
knows his
jumping
shit,
on
too.
and showing us how to use all the equipment
Yeah.
and explaining the science around it. And then even because I'm skeptical about everything, and I'm a huge fan of the fucking paranormal. Absolutely. I've been interested in it my entire existence. And not to take my questioning or anything else negative, and just realize these are the questions I have when I'm watching paranormal shows. And I would think, I would want somebody to answer it in a language that I can understand. So that's why I do question everything. Not that I don't believe you or not. I'm trying to make you feel strange or anything like that, but I'm definitely going to ask every question about everything because that's my nature.
And what I do is I try to look at everything scientifically. Is there something that could be causing this? Is it, by the look, the meter's lighting up. No, your cell phone's beside it. Goddamn.
Yeah,
Steve.
I did that. And like today, can we talk about the doll?
Yeah, rock out, dude. Hell yeah.
Dude, the doll.
Yeah.
Fucking, what time was it? I just said fucking again. I'm mentally defective. You know
About
what I'm saying?
13:30.
You know what it's going to take?
What?
I'm just going to bleep all the fucks, and next time
No,
he
don't bleep
hears
them.
the episode, he's going to that is the gayest episode. Sounds like canaries talking. Yeah, no. He's going to be like,
Canaries banging in a microwave.
Never heard that
Steve's
one
working
before.
on fuck, so every episode sounds like 6 canaries banging in a microwave.
while it's on.
I've never heard the term canaries banging in a microwave. That's
Me
something
neither.
that
I imagine the
it just
plate
came out.
rotating
Oh, yeah.
and then like a disco.
Doing some American Psycho shit in the mirror.
and then you eat them. Too much? Sorry, guys.
So Rosie is a doll
that's
made
right.
of human hair and human teeth. Mm-hmm. And
Some scary shit, dude.
basically trying to get
Say that again.
a doll
Say it
made
slow.
with human
Rosie.
hair.
Rosie's a doll.
Baby
And
doll,
she
yeah.
has human hair and human teeth.
Sorry.
That's a little bit weird, isn't it?
But
Is that weird?
yes,
Or is that just me?
but it explains why we got the most consistent
Readings.
readings of energy out of the doll. In the spot, though. No, it's in the same spot.
Right.
That's I find interesting. Because you said there was something there in that spot. What is it, a duck or doll?
There's a little one of those little rubber ducks
Yes.
you put in a pool or in a tub.
So that was left by a young lady who liked little rubber duckies, and she brought that specifically for the little girl or the girl who plays with the doll.
Bruh.
Like who were attached to the doll.
It's
Like,
that
they talk
duck
about
that's
energies. Energies sometimes, it seems like certain objects. Not
It's
that
the tiny rubber duck that's active, not the doll with human teeth and hair. It's the rubber duck.
First off, if you were in an energy and you was in an ugly ass doll with human teeth and hair, the next inanimate object someone lays in your fucking bassinet, I'm jumping in that shit. I'd rather be a duck than an ugly ass doll, dude. Who's gonna pick up an ugly ass doll? Now, a rubber duck, that shit has multiple uses. An adult could have that shit in his bathroom. And
why you
yeah,
gotta
he's a
say
cool
she's
dude.
ugly? What the poor little doll do to you?
Yeah.
Do not tell me you have had intimate nights with this doll.
Whole
I
lot
kinda
of
see
Rosie
that,
right
dog.
there. Just like that AC/DC song.
know
Whole
how-
lot of Rosie.
You know how sharp those teeth are. on
I
your
can
tape?
imagine. You used those teeth to take off your foreskin, didn't you? You did. You're Jewish, buddy, and you got after it one night. Got a case of fucking rum under your belt. Take off my foreskin with Rosie's human teeth.
You were making
Didn't you?
matzo balls, wearing nothing but overalls.
So everybody,
Overalls and Uggs.
Matzo balls.
so everybody, who,
Overalls and Uggs.
and not the male pair.
Exactly, the short ones. The short girl ones, pink.
I don't blame you. They're not as comfortable.
everybody
right.
who comes to the Museum of Haunted Objects and listens to this podcast
What?
is gonna come in and look at Rosie and go, "God damn it, Dan's taint was on those teeth."
That's right.
Dude, your taint was on those teeth. I want to see your taint. It's just crazy.
My foreskin is all he chopped
Well,
the foreskin off of those
it's
teeth.
foreskin now. It used to be 16 skin, but now it's foreskin.
You know what that doll was a product of? Some weird motherfucker that thought that was gonna fucking catch wave in the little kid toy industry. Like, oh yeah, real teeth and hair. That's got to be the bomb.
Well, it's just like parents today. They collect their kids' teeth and their hair, like when
Well,
the
we
tooth
talk-
fairy comes.
all
and
right,
those sort
Edgar
of
Allan
things.
Poe.
Well,
fucking
did
weird
you ever
much?
see the what's that? The one cartoon that has the rotten little kid and a dog that talks. With Stewie with the
oh.
big fucking head.
Stewie,
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
'Cause that could've been
There's
Dennis the
that
Menace,
one
too.
artist that shows
dog
the
don't
Tooth
talk.
Fairy, and it shows like this fairy. He's got like terrible torn up underwear, and he's like all dirty and shit. And there's this giant pile of teeth. And he fucking lays
jumps out,
down,
he's like,
and he jams on the teeth, and he's like, "Fuck yes!"
Taking a bath in teeth.
Exactly. But he's like like a 6th floor walk up in Brooklyn, and he's paying $2,000 a month in his one room, but there's a big stack of teeth in there, like a big pile, like half of the room, and he jumps. He's like, "Fuck yes!"
I like how in that world, Even the New York economy fucked up a mythical creature. Motherfuckers miserable and jaded and shit. As long as I got my teeth.
As long as I got my teeth. Well,
You guys put AOC into office, so that's your fault.
Queens did. We talked about this last time. Okay, we're not Queens. I'm the Bronx and Manhattan. I would even rep Manhattan, but Queens, come on, bro.
Dude, I'm hoping to move to Montclair, New Jersey.
Dude, you are gonna move.
Dude, I'm so hoping. The girl went out there today to see the house. She said
even like
it's
the
beautiful.
name.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, but there's a whole lot of people going through it, and the taxes are 2.35 annual.
That's great.
But it's going to cost me another like $1,400 a month for the taxes.
Say that again slowly.
It's going to cost me another $1,400 a month for taxes.
Yeah, try 14,000 in Long Island.
No. Oh yeah, that's true.
All right. We're good.
All right then.
You're
Never
happy
mind.
now? All right.
Disregard that. So anyway, we were talking about Rosie, and in the Victorian era, people would actually, their kids died, and these people would pose for photographs with their fucking dead kids in these weird positions and shit.
Like they were still alive.
True,
yeah.
no, true story. Yeah. So there's like thousands of these dead kid photos floating around. Like, what are you gonna do?
But dead photos wasn't a taboo thing back then, right?
But
They just remember their kids as they were alive.
A lot of those outlaws were photographed dead.
Say again?
A lot of those outlaws were photographed dead.
Exactly, but I'm talking about how macabre it is. Here's my dead kid. I'm gonna pose little Nancy.
I'm gonna start writing this shit down, dude.
I'm gonna pose little Nancy on like one of those things that the artists use, like the big dummies and shit. I'm gonna pose her on this, with like a flower and shit. She's dead as fried fucking chicken, right? But we're still posing her and we're taking photographs with her. She's rotting by now. Probably starting to fucking stink. Bury the kid or burn it. What the fuck's wrong with you?
They'd even sometimes paint eyeballs on the eyelids so they looked like they were still alive and awake when they were taking the fucking pictures.
You know the best thing is what they find sometimes on the border now? The cartel is so fucking devious and bloodthirsty, they will kidnap young women and eviscerate them, cut everything out of the inside of them and stuff them as full of cocaine and heroin as they can, stitch them back up and sew their eyes open, and put them in the back of cars and hope they make it past the border.
You know what that tells me?
What's that?
The guy at the morgue is in on it.
Dude, you think? They got the morgue?
Yeah. Who else they know whose body
No,
they
he's
cut
making
up?
them look like they're alive in the back seat.
Yeah.
So when they come and they check everybody,
They got to get processed, and once they realize, yo, this motherfucker dead. Because you got to talk to someone for credentials, obviously. So they're like, y tu papeles, y tu papeles, está muerto. And then they take them across into that building where they got the dead bodies, and then I look around real quick.
Oh, that's clever.
That's why Lord
That's
ain't
some-
make me a detective. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
some conspiracy right there. Have the pickup right there. That's clever. That's a goddamn good idea.
See, the best way
We're
to
in the
solve-
wrong business.
I'm sure. No, he's the detective here. I'm sure. Paulie, would you mind?
Exactly, please. Thank you.
Is it fair to say that I think my initial thought when it comes to a conundrum that I'm investigating is
Nice.
what does each party have as an agenda, and consider those things to try to piece it together.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and my whole thing is there's a missing piece to that. Why would someone put in fucking $500,000 worth of dope in a dead body and not have a way to recover the dead body? So it has
Well,
to
they're
be
thinking
just
that they're
as
going to make the
slick.
delivery. They're thinking that the corpse is going to make the delivery. Are you thinking they're going to get picked up right there?
But why put the corpse in there? See
Because
what I'm
you're
saying?
thinking you can smuggle in it. Because if there's enough kids in there, you might just look and say, get the fuck out of here.
No, each one of those kids gets processed physically.
Not in the fucking cars coming through anymore. Not always.
Okay, so you're saying...
I'm saying like nighttime on Saturday night at the fucking TJ border crossing.
Can I kill your shit right now?
Please do.
What's the point of putting it in a body if you're going to fucking run it across the fucking border anyway without any proper check?
What are you talking about?
Why stuff it in a... Why kill a person and put
Dude,
cocaine...
I have no fucking idea. I wish I had the answer to that, but I do not.
Listen to what
That's
I'm
why they should be
saying.
exterminated like animals.
Because they do some pointless shit. Because if they're
Exactly.
doing that for no reason, just put the cocaine in the car. You're fucking crossing illegally anyway, right? Is that what you're saying? Because if it was a busload of fucking illegals
Right.
going to the border, each and every one of those individuals would be face to face. Not someone like, fucking, dune buggy and jumping across the river and shit.
Dune buggy in.
I wouldn't want the
Not
extra
Rat
weight
Patrol.
of fucking skin and bone. I fucking just throw the packs back there, bitch, and pray for me. You know what I'm saying? I wear a fucking Evel Knievel fucking helmet.
A big white helmet with a strobe on it and shit. Big white leather boots.
They call me the streaking Puerto Rican. going into
The
Mexico.
streaking Puerto Rican.
With fucking
that was
smoke
funny.
grenades coming out of the back of the motorcycle and shit.
Smoke grenades. Oh, so we're obviously doing the smoke in the morning, right, for the film?
Yeah, dude.
Because it's dark out there right now.
Yeah, we're trying to do some cool shit for an intro for you dudes, a video intro, because we're moving
can.
on up.
Because we're. So when did you get interested in the military and explosives?
Pretty much growing up, my dad and my uncle used to go and get fireworks for the 4th of July, and we play around with the penny crackers, and we do all that kind of fun stuff. And then kind of got to, the little bug and make things that go boom, make me giggle, and I enjoyed the hell out of that.
When did you get your first erection from an explosion, Dan? You can tell me.
Probably was old enough. I was probably too young to even get an erection because my
Liar.
balls hadn't even dropped yet. I haven't even started growing pubes yet.
Okay.
And then, being a little guy playing around with little things that go bang and little bang snaps and shit. And then getting older. And then
Bigger guy, bigger bangs, more expensive.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And then working with Pyrotechnico and out of Newcastle, Pennsylvania, doing special
That sounds
effects
like a
and
Spanish
fireworks.
company. Pyrotechnico.
I just added the code there for the
Metallic,
international
you like that?
appeal.
Yeah, and working with them and getting educated, taking classes, and then got my own explosive license and started doing my own explosives and special effects and fireworks and finale send-offs for weddings and parties and that kind of thing. And I moved out to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and started my other business. And I really didn't have time to do a whole heck of a lot of that. I really didn't have time here in town.
God damn it.
Found out that one of the largest, bomb sniffing and EOD dog trainers in the world are right here. We
Right.
have Tripwire Operations Group, and stopped over the shop one day and started rapping with those guys and a bunch of cool cats. Do a lot of good stuff for both military and first responders,
Right.
and a lot of cutting edge shit and training for explosives, both improvised, professional, and also anti-terrorism.
Did you ever see what a blasting cap does to an ammo can?
Yes.
It's a Marine Corps joke. I'm sorry.
You ever
man.
seen what a blasting cap does to a cow penis?
That's a Navy SEAL joke. They obviously
Neither
have
have I.
more blasting caps than we do.
Neither have I, but that's like a strange question, right? You'll probably never hear that question.
What?
Have you ever seen what a blasting cap will do to a cow's penis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You'll probably never hear that again.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
You'll probably lose friends.
We can only... No, actually, I wouldn't lose any friends. My friends are used to me saying...
Yeah, you're right. I don't give a
They're
fuck,
That's
dude.
nothing.
I
That's
don't.
nothing. What? Cow penis, blasting cap? Come on.
Did you wear your rubber galoshes?
That's right.
It gets messy.
That's right. You still got the blender up your ass, right? Yeah. So anyway, you start working with Tripwire, right? So what are you doing over there?
I'm just basically a fly on the wall.
he's
those
a bro.
those
He's a bro.
guys are the
Those guys are
professionals.
just
Those guys
fucking
are
awesome.
those guys are doing the good deeds for both military and first responders, but also
Are you getting
know.
in there and assisting with the training schedule? Are you helping these guys on the range? What the fuck's going on? I know you're participating in some type of evolution, so what does that look like?
it's pretty much just me hanging out with them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Not anything on an instructor capacity
Right.
or anything on that sort of thing, but
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Because I know these guys. They're
Right.
cool as shit.
Of course they
They are industry professionals.
Right.
So they have contracts. So it's not like civilian courses are packed back to
No,
back.
get
and
the
all,
fuck out
it's
of here.
all
We're
law
not
enforcement.
teaching civilians
yeah,
explosives,
yeah.
for Christ's sake.
yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
I'm just saying, the future's coming, baby. No.
The future's here.
Yeah, Dan.
The future ain't never gonna get
Dan's
here.
just their bro, man, and these guys are that cool. I don't
No,
want to
yeah, we
say
joke
chillaxing
by
because
their-
they're fucking professional as shit, dude.
Right.
But they do not take themselves seriously.
Thank
they
God.
are that kind of crew.
There's nothing more
Yeah.
exhausting.
But
than
these
a
are SF
professional-
instructors,
than
so
a
you already
professional
know.
who takes himself too seriously,
Yeah.
like a doctor or a lawyer, somebody just so full of himself. It's like, motherfucker, I'll bite your eye out and fuck your dead skull.
And when I say
Chill.
SF, I don't mean the specific.
Well, no, I hear you. Special operations.
So they know
in
how
general.
we deal with,
Right.
like, hey, don't talk to me with all that crazy shit. What's going on?
Yeah,
What you need?
exactly.
You know what I mean?
What are we here to do?
Yeah.
But being
I
bomb
love
techs,
that.
you got to be a little bit insane to be a bomb tech too.
Oh, yeah?
Messing around with something that's smoky in a heartbeat, not even. Hey, it's
Smoky in a heartbeat?
Smoke you.
in a heartbeat.
See, and
Pink
I'm
mist.
fucking Don Gulag, right? He's
You're rubbing off on me.
I'll rub. No, that's later. That's right before bed.
Whoa! I said myself.
Is that why you two are
That
sharing
was
a
too
bed
easy.
tonight?
I had to take that
I'll
one.
take it. I'll take it.
All right then. So anyway, you're watching these guys on the range. What are you doing? Just helping, chilling.
Pretty much just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get to do a bunch of fun stuff up there.
Every once in a while.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you got to do
Black
some.
Rifle Coffee guys are there having a little fun. I didn't
Right.
get to
That was
participate in
pretty
that,
cool.
unfortunately.
No, those guys are great. And,
Got too much
and-
work to do.
And and some people, and I'm going to mention Black Rifle Coffee Company. I know they have a podcast. I know those guys are doing great, and I got nothing. But I don't know any of the guys, and we're not associated with them in any form or fashion. We would be, of course, but I got nothing but love for those guys. They're doing a bunch of stuff, and they're helping a bunch of people out. Some people look at podcast as competition, like there's only so much viewership available, or only so much X, Y, or Z available. I look at it as completely the opposite.
Same here.
It's like there's enough room for everybody. And not only that, if you don't like our podcast, don't fucking listen.
Yeah.
I could give a hot bucket of fuck if anybody listens to it. We fucking do this shit because we love it. We do it because we got 66 episodes up, and there have been at least a dozen people that have reached out to me on Instagram via DM because they were having challenges, whether it's a drug and alcohol challenge or whatever it is. Who cares? But if we can help one person, that's what it's all about. And we talked about this several times, letting other vets know and letting other people know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a fucking train.
Yeah.
Don't kill yourself. Reach out, because everybody thinks that they're the only one who has ever felt this way, or they're the only one this, or they're the only one that, and that's just not true. You know, people have felt what you've felt. People have hurt how you've hurt. Don't fucking do it. Don't kill yourself. Reach out, because people want to talk to you about that. And I can't remember where I saw this. I wish I could give the artist credit, but the artist said, "I would much rather sit for 15 minutes and listen to you vent than sit for 30 minutes and listen to your fucking eulogy."
That's a long ass eulogy, dude.
So
pretty good.
No, that is but my point being, so there's that kind of caliber of individuals going out there to the range and doing cool shit, and you're just kind of hanging out.
It's like a filibuster.
It is a filibuster. We just stand and talk forever. Is that how we do
A
it?
30-minute eulogy shit.
Is that what it is? Well, so I'm just assuming that the person, the deceased, has done a bunch of great shit. And a
All right,
bunch
cool.
of people are sad.
I'll take
like
that.
Like a bunch of his buddies are gonna come up like, yeah, I remember the first time we tag teamed a tranny and
Bunch of
Damn it.
accomplishments.
You know,
Yeah, so everybody could
exactly.
feel good.
I remember
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first
yeah.
time John Smith and I, fucked an alligator to death.
Not like,
Yeah, not
when my
like
dad used to
stupid shit.
beat us in the bathroom while
with
we
a
were wet.
chainsaw, with a hard on.
Don't worry, the chainsaw wasn't on.
He just beat us with the chain.
He was really sweet inside.
So you can even think about all the military guys that served here in Gettysburg.
Oh my God.
And they went through the same
Well, you
experience.
said 60,000 dead, right? In 3 days?
About 60,000 mortally wounded.
That's
And
gotta
then
be like
it's-
one of the biggest records in any type of battle combat. Like what are we
60,000,
talking about
20,000
here?
a
Like what does
day.
that rank in just losses? That's
It's
phenomenal.
the largest. It's the largest loss of American casualties and death in an engagement. Like one engagement, that's the largest amount. Antietam was the largest amount in one day, but Gettysburg beats that because it was a 3-day battle.
833 dudes an hour were killed in 3 days.
I was gonna give a comparison, but I think that there's.
Well, what I did is I took 20,000.
I'm starting doing that. That shit
I
is
took
profound.
20,000 and I divided it by 24. So we said 20,000 a day, right? So then that works out to 833.33 forever.
One Pop Tart and a wake up. 833, dude.
How lucky are we to be
I can't even
right
shake
now?
833 hands in 24 hours, bro. Yeah, you can. I can.
Can't. Mitch signs 100 things in an hour.
Yeah.
One
You
of
probably
our
get sick
sponsors,
because that's a lot of
Mitch
germs. I'm wearing a
Aguiar
glove.
at MASF Industries, great fucking dude. Friend of Pat's from Tattered Flag Brewery. They were actually at Team 10 together. And that's all the information I'm going to say about that because I don't want to be putting out stuff.
When he ready.
And yeah, if they're ready, they'll come on and talk. If not, that's fucking cool too.
Can I say something on that?
Please do. Say several things in a row.
I am
would
gonna
love
say-
that. It's a
yeah.
podcast.
Damn, thanks, man. I like when he give me the mic, baby.
Yeah.
So I want to clarify things for people who wonder why maybe we haven't reached out. If that's even a question to ponder
Reach
for
out
them.
to who?
Anyone. Maybe, hey, I'm so-and-so, and these guys, they like my pictures, but they never asked me to come on. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's my philosophy of approach, what I explained earlier, that I don't want to reach out to you and catch that heat. So it's not that we don't mess with you. We just want to see that you're cool and you're humble. You could even like DM us and do the little dance, the verbal judo, and let's get it. If you want to come on the show, it's not self-inflating. Like we want to help you. We want to help your cause. We want to help your business.
Yeah. We want to help everybody we can.
We want to hear how badass you are. We want to praise you. We just don't want no phony shit. But that being said, all welcome, bro. If you mess with us, we mess with you, man. You know what I mean?
And one of the reasons we wanted to have you on, you're not a vet, but you are involved with vets. You've given to charities. You do what you can to help. You're involved with as many vets as humanly possible.
Done more for vets than some of the vets he's been involved with.
Say again?
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
I said done more for vets than the vets
Way
that
more.
he was involved with.
Dude.
That screwed him over.
No, exactly. Yeah. So what we want to have is anybody that we can help or anybody who's doing the right thing the right way. It doesn't have to necessarily be a vet or if you're a fucking solid cat or male or female, we want you on here because we have had female guests.
A soft bad monkey episode in your name is a celebration. Yeah. I mean, if I could, this would be your fucking celebration day. Right. Your inaugural fucking Dan Kulick day.
There we go.
God damn it.
February 22nd.
Because Soft Bad Monkey said so. But it's
henceforth from this moment forward.
2020.
Are you
the 21st of February
so like
is
knighting.
Dan fucking Kulick day.
Today's
God
22nd.
damn it. Whatever.
Is that how we're knighting with the knife hand? No, you can't give it back. You just take it.
Take it and like it.
We dubbed a soft bad monkey.
Uncle Dan.
Uncle Dan, he needs that. Wow, Uncle Dan. What's the qualification to be classified as a quote unquote uncle on Soft Bad Monkey?
You have to have mastered something.
Mastered something.
And have a great beard.
Like Yoda would be Uncle fucking Yoda. That's how much shit you know.
Word. Dude, like several things. History, paranormal investigations, explosives, fucking master distiller, all that shit. He's
I've seen.
And brewer.
And brewing, sorry.
I've seen these freaking weirdos advertise the title Renaissance Man on their Instagram page. First off, you can't acknowledge yourself as a Renaissance man because you're too busy doing shit. That's gay. You never, ever tooted your own horn.
Dude, he doesn't even fucking post on Instagram. I want to choke him the fuck out.
So what we do,
shit,
similar to what Mitch Aguiar does and sits down and writes those 100 thank you cards because he's that disciplined and that fucking great, goddammit.
Dude, he's a fucking animal. Love the guy. Can't say enough good
What we
shit.
do is we sit back.
Buy his shit.
We sit back and we think to ourselves, yo, who can we uplift now? Who has done the best? And your name's come up plenty of fucking times, man. Dan, I love you, dog. It's your day. You deserve this shit. And this is not even like a coordinated effort between the three of us. Hey, let's get you on the show.
Look over at Harold so we can take a picture real quick.
You didn't even know we were going to fucking do a show on you until we pulled down here, didn't you? Well, maybe you did. Maybe we whispered something because we...
Give us 2 seconds. Sorry, but we talked about Instagram, and I got to get it up right now. So keep this shit in. Keep it in the fucking podcast, too, because Dan's awesome.
And keep it in your pants.
Keep it. Keep it in your pants, Harold. No dick pics. Hurry up.
Is that a hoodie-less hoodie?
That is a... You cut the fucking hood off a fucking hoodie? Oh,
that's the exact same one I was talking about, Paulie.
You like that? You want to make those with a V-neck, though. That just looks... fucking.
That sounds like a weightlifter V-neck sweat. No, that's gay, dude.
See,
but you can wear it because you still got body. Me,
when you got a power of the beard like this,
I gotta get back in the gym. I know, Steve.
You gotta stay away from zippers. Like zipping up a hoodie,
bruh.
You catch that your beard.
How'd you get the beads above the franks? Yeah,
terrible.
Not a pleasant experience. Yeah.
You should dye that
Franks
shit
and
pink
Bangs.
for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Do not
So we talk
dye
about
don't
supporting
dye your
veterans
beard pink.
Tattered Flag. We have it's called a Buy a Vet a Beer program. So people
what?
come in,
Buy
buy
a
a
vet a
vet a
beer?
beer program. So they come in.
I partaked yesterday.
They'll say, I'd like to put 2 vet beers on the board. So anytime a veteran comes in and says, you serve, you're a veteran, thank you for service. That's not on the house. That's on us.
It's like a tab kind of.
Paying it forward.
Yeah.
Right. So
I do that with like my change. I like if someone needs it.
So because of
I don't think
laws
they
and
do it,
everything,
though.
it's funny about giving alcohol away. But somebody can buy you a drink. And like Jason, I could buy you a drink and it's on me, right?
That's right.
And that's what people do. People pay it forward. The kind of, I guess, I don't say conflict, but a lot of veterans like, no, put 2 more on the board. Like they won't take one. They'll put 2 more. And I'm like, well, that's not the point. You just enjoy the beverage.
Because they feel like it's
yourself.
a charity. It's almost a form of degradation. You know what I mean? Like,
say
oh,
that.
poor vet, give him a
dude,
beer.
I disagree with you. It's the same, and I'm all about giving back to the vets, but I don't go to the VA. I don't use any of the services because.
All right, you open up that can of whoop.
I'm just saying because there's so many people that are fucking hurt, and God's blessed me with fucking so many opportunities that I'm just, there's people out there that need it more than me, so they can have it.
Can I ask you one question, though?
I think it might be the same thing with fucking free
Can I ask you one question?
Please do.
That's
Ask
just you, the path that fucking Steve Ralston, this
Right.
individual, walks. Would you encourage someone not to accept the benefits they're due?
No, I'm not encouraging anyone to do anything. I don't know fucking I know enough to know that I don't know enough. I can't tell somebody what to do. I can tell you what I've experienced in certain situations.
What I'm saying is, what you're saying is, I feel like when there's people that look up to you,
Right. No,
that might be some sort of encouragement for them not to seek the help because Steve Ralston don't seek the help. Can you explain to them why exactly you don't want to?
I don't seek the help because I've been incredibly fortunate. I've been lucky in business.
Thank you.
And I've been able to do my own insurance and all that other shit. Don't get me wrong. If I needed it, I'd be there in a second. But I don't want to discourage anyone from using their benefits. Absolutely not.
Yeah, there's nothing
there's
degrading
nothing,
about that.
Nothing shameful about using your benefits. Yeah. Absolutely. It's actually the exact opposite because you're going to work for every fucking thing you get because the VA is fucked. So you're going to work your ass off.
At least they got back pay. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excellent. And I have one note down. More bombs for Dan. Would you agree or disagree, Dan? More bombs for Dan.
More bombs for Dan.
What do you think our listeners are cult following? Because I feel like we got that shit already.
What's
you
that?
know what I mean? A cult following.
So you can say people send me packages.
You know how you know you got a cult following? Ask yourself, does anyone that I don't know, at least 3 or 4 degrees of separation, have a tattoo of my logo on them? The answer is,
yeah.
We're a cult, baby. Thank you, that one guy that did that. You brought us into the stratosphere.
No, that's awesome.
We're official, dude.
Somebody loves us enough to fucking tattoo some goofy shit.
Fuck, nah, that shit ain't goofy. I love that shit all. Hell yeah, man. That's an honor, dude. Yeah, but you rarely get to fucking smell the flowers while you're still here. That's beautiful, man. Thank you, guys. All you guys that are fucking, uplift us and constantly go out of your way to kind of like give us those fucking words of affirmation to keep going. Yeah, we hear you, dude.
Exactly.
Thank you for the energy.
And the fucking haters, man, reach out. I'm happy to talk to you about anything at any time.
But we're not doing the pee-pee dance, dude. Come on.
Doing the what?
The pee-pee dance,
What's
man.
the pee-pee dance?
We were talking about the race. Let's talk about that race shit, man.
The what?
The race, the running, the race. Like, the old man and the young man and the... God, come and snap.
Oh, no, we're not
baby.
racing. We're not in competition with anybody about anything.
There's nothing...
We're just doing what we're doing. We put the podcast out and we put the material out so vets know that there's people just like them, just with the fucking weird sense of humor, the fucked up nonsense going on. Everybody has fear. Everybody is worried about this job or that relationship or that bit of nonsense.
Everybody's got stress in their life.
No, exactly.
Everybody's got fucking bullshit
but the
going
point
on.
is, keep going.
There's
people out there just like you.
I approach it from a maturity kind of thing. At some point, you need to let go. Young men for war, old men for counsel. You need to identify when you're just no longer in the race. You can't compete with these young bucks. You completed the cycle. Stand by for the wisdom. Stand by for the handing out of the wisdom, dude. That's needed. Okay? But don't try to get in the ring with these motherfuckers.
They'll kill you.
They'll kill you. Don't try to fucking, run and gun with them at 60. And listen, you're setting the wrong example for them. You have to show them there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's life after service. And that means you need to try to strive to be successful. Or in another capacity. Shoot for Trice great. Let me explain Trice great. You're a fucking explosive technician, right? That's 1. You're a master distiller. That's 2. You're damn near a historian, but you're not certified, so I'm not giving you that shit, and I'm surprised you're not certified. But guess what?
He's a master storyteller, a master
That's fine, but he's not certified. But what he is a certified rescue diver. Trice great with some extra shit on top. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's because all you're doing is living your life, pursuing your interests, not agenda. And like, to me, that natural progression is going to take you into Trice great. Steve, you're Trice great.
I don't even know what the fuck that means. What did you just say?
Thrice great is a saying, that's derived from, I believe,
That's
Socrates.
That's thrice great, like 3 times?
3 times great.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
and that goes into the sacred geometry and then the numbers and all that shit that, the world's connected through a sequence of numbers, algorithms and all that, frequencies and all that shit. So
Dude.
the number 3 keeps reoccurring.
Right.
In the, the Holy Trinity, fucking whatever. You know what I mean? We got fucking Osiris, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, Sirius.
Holy Ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everything of importance is somehow a derivative of 3 or a fucking whatever. At the end of the day, the human being must ascend to 3 levels at minimum of mastery. That's how much your lifetime is. But if you fucking caught up, not willing to transition to the next step, you're wasting fucking air and life, dude. You're not a fucking door kicker no more. Now let's get into something else. I keep telling people, motherfuckers did not know Drew Carey was a Marine. That's it. That's my point. Trice great, dude.
And one of his ex-girlfriends just got smoke checked.
I know that's sad, dude. Prayers go out to that dude, because that shit's got to be hard because she just left him for some
Right.
fucking other dude, and then
Dude smoked her.
he killed her.
Yeah?
That guy killed
Restraining
her.
order against him and everything. Still killed her. No, like
Is that a fact? Is that a fact yet? They say
they
it's
don't-
a
It's-
I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, we're
Push or
contributing.
fell off
We're
the balcony.
contributing to
Right.
that. Yeah, that fucking culture of guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, exactly.
But the
right,
speculation is that, and although we're talking about the emotional fucking toll on him, man. Yeah, prayers out to you, my brother. I know that shit's hard, especially when you got unresolved shit. But you're a great dude anyway. Just if you're listening, I don't know.
I wish he was still doing stand up instead of what the fuck's he doing? The Price is Right or some shit?
Right, yeah.
You know that bag
He
is
was
big.
funny and dirty.
Yeah, but you know that bag is big. That's price
Dude,
right.
can you
bag.
imagine? We need you to give up stand-up comedy and your movie career.
For the
Come
opportunity
and
of
do
being
this.
rich until you're 89 and die.
Bob
Wait, let me
Barker's-
think.
Bob
Yes.
Barker's still alive.
And that motherfucker's immortal, dude. Drew Carey a little chunky, overweight.
You know Bob Barker's banging Nancy Pelosi right now furiously.
I'm Bob
Somewhere in
Barker,
Palm
bitch.
Springs.
You remember what was that movie? He punched the motherfucker on the golf course.
Oh, that's Happy
Adam
Gilmore.
Happy
Sandler.
Gilmore, yeah. I'm Bob Barker.
Imagine Bob Barker and Nancy just getting after it.
It'll be the
All
slowest
covered-
fight
all
on
covered-
earth.
Imagine
All
that.
covered in olive oil and shit.
No, a
She's got
tomato
like
soup.
Chicken, she's got like a dead chicken. hanging out
Tomato
of her
soup
butt.
in a baby pool
throw it in my
fight.
mouth.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Somebody's going to bust a hip, dude.
Nobody wants to
hoping.
imagine that shit.
Oh no, you do. You know you do.
I'd rather see that than them talking anymore.
I'm done.
Every time
No
they hit
more
the podium, I'm like,
Get the tomato soup.
talking. Get the tomatoes. Get the tomatoes.
Blow on it. It's too hot. Make
No
it
more
cooler.
talking. No more talking. So stint in college, and then you get into the brewery business. Then you get out here to Gettysburg. So what's in your future? What do you see? Other than more fucking paranormal investigations with us tonight and follow-on stuff.
you're going to adopt some Asian kids, so when they
No,
get
shut
older...
up. You're not going Woody Allen on us. Get
No.
the fuck out of here. What's going on?
Dude, he's got so many business endeavors. He needs fucking CPAs, dude.
I don't want any kids.
Yeah.
You serious about that, though?
At this point in my life, for how much I work and I travel and I do things,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be a good environment to raise a child into. And I'm kind of set in my ways, and now maybe I would be a good dad because I could pass that knowledge down. I could pass that ethics, that teach your manners and your morals and all that good shit and having kids. But in the same sense, after everything went down with my old relationship and my ex, I'm really happy that I didn't have kids in that relationship because that would have been so toxic between the two. And then she would have used the kids as pawns, and it would have been terrible. And I'm kind of blessed that I didn't have any kids during that time because
You're a
of
very intelligent man. You're very rational. I'm telling you, I've done it 3 times over. At some point, it
How
just
many?
3 times over.
How many women?
3 times over.
Oh, just curious.
Yeah. And at some point, it only just becomes about the kids. So don't let that scare you. Don't let the. But yes, you're right. In that situation, fuck yeah, you fucking yeah, you got the fucking awesome end of the bargain.
But even for
But don't
me,
use that as a cop
no,
out,
I'm
bro.
not. But it just, I like to.
That's
get up
one of
and
those
go where I wanna
evolutions
go.
I'm talking
I like to do
about,
what
bro.
I want to do. And I
Yeah.
have the
No, that's
ability
cool.
to be able to do those things because I don't have that whole big thing of the family and the kids and all, worrying about getting them off the bus and raising them and taking care of them.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy my time by myself, and I enjoy, doing whatever the hell I want
I
to.
get it, dog.
And it just
Well, thank God if he had kids,
you call me
after this fucking
selfish even, you know. I like it, you know. I like my life.
Oh my God, you're an individual born alone in this world. Go figure.
Well, like we talked about the other day, man, the only person you see in the morning when you're shaving is you.
Yeah.
So the only person who really has to fucking like you is you.
Right.
And that's what happens. We get mixed up. Advertising sells us this fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
We're supposed to live here. We're supposed to wear these clothes. We're supposed to look like this.
Caring
and then we
about-
don't like ourselves because we don't look like that.
Caring about the audience's opinion. Let me explain when I say audience. Like Steve said, you are the only point of view in which this world is absorbed. How the fuck do you not know you're the only one that exists in this world? Now, I'm not saying fucking be that egotistical, but honestly, at the end of the day, anything in your life of negativity,
Goodbye, bitch.
and
Bye,
if
Felicia.
not, it's self-inflicted. Remember that.
Bye, Felicia.
You literally could do whatever the fuck you want, and you're proving it.
Uncle Steve and I had a pretty cool conversation, you know, going and stopping at the gas station to pick up a little snuff.
Should change your life when
Copenhagen.
you talk to him, man.
Copenhagen.
But I appreciate, you know, him saying, hey, look, work on yourself a little bit at a time. Like, just every day, take a little bit of time on yourself, getting your shit straight, getting your shit done. And then all of a sudden you realize all your shit's straight and all your shit's done. And if you neglect shit and you neglect shit for so long, now you got this huge pile of neglected shit. But if you work out a little bit every day, that pile there is never a pile because you're taking care of your shit. And I
Small
appreciate
goals,
that.
small wins.
And you know what? I'm going to work on that. I took that to heart, and I appreciate your little bit of wisdom. And
Very little wisdom.
in the same sense, even that little bit, I'm like, you know what, that motherfucker's right. And I want to do that because there is some shit, like you said, like a little bit of clutter. That little bit of clutter,
Shit can that stuff. Fuck it.
that's the shit that you look at it and you don't realize, but your subconscious goes, I really got to take care of that. I got to clean that up.
Let me, and I've had and you know this, Jason knows this. I've done a tremendous amount of work in anonymous organizations for alcoholism and drug addiction and all that fucking good shit. And what happens is in our brain, we see all these things that we have to do. We see all these things and we get overwhelmed and we just don't do anything. And that's just what happens. But if you do just a fucking little bit, maybe it's you move one thing or you do a plank for 15 seconds. And I tell people this stuff, and it's not because I'm perfect, because I am far from perfect. I've made every single mistake you can make. But I have been able to pull myself up every time. And you know, it's you're as Americans and Westerners, we think that we're supposed to have immediate and instant gratification. The change is supposed to come right now. I'm supposed to do a little bit of work, and then I'm Brad Pitt, and then I'm fucking the prom queen, and I'm throwing
Amazon next day now.
No, exactly. But that's just not real. That's not real. And if you do a little bit every single day, it gets done. And that's manageable. Well, I'm just going to do this, and you just go knock it out. And the next thing you know, man, that task is done. Right. Or you're doing a minute and a half planks and you're doing, 40 push-ups in the morning and 40 at night. Just the simple little things like that. You start feeling better physically. You start feeling better mentally. Your brain, like we talked about when we got in the vehicle, I said, this just means that your mind's not orderly. Because when you get in your brain, in your vehicle and you see all that stuff, that's a lot of stimulation. So you can't focus on any one particular thing.
Yeah, your periphery is burnt out, dude.
If you get in there and like I told Jason when we started doing some work together, I'm like, look, man, this is just like a fucking high. This is just like we're downrange. You get in your car, you place everything exactly where it is, and you do it 24 times. So you don't have to fucking think about it. So when you get in there, you can focus on what's going on. Same thing. If you have all your shit together in your vehicle, then you can focus on what the next task is.
You practice your angles for the shot. You're not knocking things over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that take it serious, live in the moment. And I changed recently, and I know it's due to this, dude. Whatever. Shut the fuck up.
Just fucking say it.
Go fuck yourselves. I feel
That's
like I
right.
keep sucking his
No,
cock
keep
over
it-
here. You know what I mean? But God damn it, he's the man.
Dude, I'm a fucking old man.
Yeah.
I've been fucking beat up.
Wise old
I've
man, my
lost
brother.
fucking way more than I've won.
Yeah.
I've been beat up way more times than I've fucking succeeded.
Fuck
So
yeah.
if I'm fortunate enough to have an experience that you might be able to benefit from, of course I'm going to tell it to you. And if you want to use that information, then fucking great. But if you don't, that's fucking
Be
great
stupid
too.
not to.
Yeah, but It's like opinion and experience. People
Yeah.
say my opinion. I don't give a fuck about your opinion about fucking anything.
My
I
experience.
could give a shit less because your opinion depends on how much you've ate, how much you've slept, where you're at with your nicotine addiction, where your sugar is,
Your
where your coffee
biases,
is, where your sex is.
As you said, you don't know what they're going through at that exact
Exactly.
moment and
But-
why they're testy the way that they are.
But your experience, that's something totally different.
So-
Tell me your experience.
So
And that's
my
it.
experience is I've changed inside. I had a like internal change. I used to be fucking Mr. Clutter. But I kind of kept track of everything. I knew where everything was because it was like
organized mess.
controlled chaos. But the perception is fucking chaos. You know what I'm saying? I actually started doing what Steve said, but on my own.
Right.
Because that energy just rubs off on me. And now I started caring about what I do. Yeah, granted, I take way longer to do shit like laundry and
it
fold
gets
clothes.
done.
Yeah.
But goddamn, that's the fucking baddest folded shirt on earth. So I take my time, and it's gonna take you a couple hours.
So
but
what?
It is a routine in which you start to try to manifest into a ritual.
Right.
It becomes spiritual. It becomes a reset. It becomes your way to say, shut the world out, live in the moment.
So I got 3 laundry baskets with all my laundry that's in there. They're clean. They're
Don't
folded, they're
take 'em
stacked
to the
in
Chinese
basket.
laundry people.
And
I know
my
it's
frickin'
cheap and they
dresser
fold
drawer,
them.
My shit to where it belongs is empty. So I whatever's on the top of the laundry basket, I toss on. I throw my
Are you
pants
giving me
on.
an excuse not to do laundry? That's gross, dude.
Now, let me.
I said it comes off the top of the laundry basket, goes in the dirty laundry.
Dan,
That
let
dirty
me
laundry
tell you-
then goes into the load.
let me
I
t-
do the load,
we-
fold it, put it right back on top.
Dan,
such a
and
gangster.
We talked about this a little bit when we were driving. You become comfortable
Yes.
with that level
Yes,
of
correct.
drama.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, and what do I mean by drama? That's a whole lot of stimulation. That's a whole lot of stuff that needs to be done.
Yeah.
So, believe it or not, you like that little bit of a buzz that's in there, right? But if you do this, then that'll be gone,
Yeah.
and that's uncomfortable,
Right.
right? So that's what happens. And I'm not picking on you. I'm not throwing rocks
no,
at you.
no.
I live in a fucking glass house, man.
But
I'm
I
not
appreciated
throwing-
the advice.
I'm not
Like,
throwing rocks at anybody.
I started thinking about that. and you're
Bulletproof
you know what?
glass.
You're right. You know,
Yeah.
work on it a little bit, and I've been trying to do that the same thing a little bit every day. Work
Mm-hmm.
on yourself a little bit every day, and I'm all about energies. The more good energy you put out, the more good energy you get
Yeah.
back.
Right.
The more negativity you put out, the more negativity you get back.
So when we say something, you're receptive to it. Because you know it's out of love for real, for real. You know what I mean? I want to see you succeed, bro. So I'm going to give you more or less what my experiences were and what my observations are. But I'm going to tell you the biggest thing for me, that whole I don't give a fuck shit is a
Right.
cop-out. When it comes to allowing people
Well, that depends on subject
to
matter.
maneuver your emotions,
Right.
that's fuck that. But you have to show people you care about their respect, those that you want to know that. And the way you do that is you show them effort in appearance, effort in the way you execute promises and you know, fucking handle debts. And you're a stand-up guy, but I feel like you got to bring that shit all the fucking way in. It's not fuck it and fuck them. It's fuck the ones that say fuck me,
Right.
but love the ones that love you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you build that circle and we fucking just get out of here.
I'm always the first one that has my door open, and I'll reach out to you. I say, "Hey Jay, I don't know why you popped in my head, but I reach out and
Yes.
call." I say, "Why?"
Yes.
Jay, I was jerking off
you-
this morning and I thought about you.
Fuck it. Thank you.
Well, gee, thanks. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no,
Oh, you
your-
said
your
Jay?
name-
Oh,
your
Law of
name's Dan,
attraction, dude.
whatever.
Law of attraction. You just put my energy out there, baby.
That's right.
But I am the last person that will ask for help when I need. I'll try to do it myself.
Right, of course.
And when I know it's going to be a daunting task to do it myself, I'm still going to do it myself. Like you said, "Hey, what can I grab?" Like you had asked me about grabbing the equipment and everything else.
Right.
"No, I got it." You know what, Steve? Here, can you hang on to this for a
course.
second? And then I kind of let me lock up, and then it's much easier when you have somebody there that's willing to give you a hand. I will always reach out, and I will always be the first one to jump in and said, "Hey, let me give you a hand." But I'm the last one. "Hey, can you give me a hand with this?" I'm the last person that'll do that, and I don't know why. I got to work on that too.
I got an
Like,
observation.
I can't take on.
Steve kind of did that to you when we were doing the tour yesterday with the dolls. He was like, "Nah, get that shit out of here." And then we put the dolls on where we were talking. He turned around. He's playing with the dolls. Whoa! That's how Steve is. He was like, "Nah, get the shit out." I was like, "Don't worry."
He'll grab it. He'll grab it. He's weird like that.
No, but I know
Those
what you're
dolls are
saying.
nuts,
It's like,
dude.
The
yo,
dowsing rods?
What, dude?
The dowsing rods are a physical experience. So you could feel the energies and the spirits interacting with you, that's why I love the dowsing rods. But we're talking about on camera, that really doesn't translate because you experiencing it right there at that moment.
And it's subtle.
The experience doesn't come across in the camera.
Yeah.
Now, seeing the scientific equipment there and seeing it registering something,
but that's an actual definition that has been proven by our current concept of science and technology. The dowsing rods, even though you may have an experience, I may have an experience, but there's no science behind that. That's just it's like some kind of esoteric spiritual
there's
theory.
science behind that. It's magnetism and polarity.
No, I hear you.
But those energies are what it's reacting to.
Right, exactly. But
that's
there's too many human elements in there that could modify an outcome to accomplish whatever the individual holding the particular gear is trying to accomplish. That's why. Right. That's where we're at, 148. All right, well, we're going to fucking wrap this up because believe it or not, we've been going for an hour and 48 minutes. I know it doesn't seem like it, but that's where we're
Dan
at.
could easily have a few episodes,
way
bro.
before we officially started the podcast.
Now, we do that because, well, they do that because I say so much outlandish shit all the fucking time.
Funny shit.
It just happens. I just say some fucked up shit like, talking about banging monkeys. Like the other day, I was talking about the orangutan ripping your dick off and throwing it in the tall grass. Ripping your dick off like a celery stalk and throwing it in the tall grass. I stole that line from Dave Chappelle, who is a fucking genius.
God. Comedic god.
Love that guy. But I stole that from him fair and square.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great human.
There's more to give.
No, listen. Great dude.
I smoke rocks.
Not many great people on this earth. There's
He's
plenty,
one of them.
but he's one of them. We're going to collect all his sound bites and put them shits in an Uncle Steve pull string doll. That one too right there.
How funny would that be?
His laugh is unique.
Exactly. I'm
You
too
would
drunk to
definitely,
fuck,
I know you
bitch.
would buy that shit
So what you need to have is you need to have a Bluetooth activator.
without pants.
So I could sit there with a
Without
remote.
pants.
I don't even have to
Kung
pull
fu
the
grip.
string. I could sit over here and go, "Hey, Uncle
Remote,
Steve."
yeah. No, you're right. Fuck that. We need to bring the pull string doll into the fucking. We need to bring the pull string doll into the 21st century, man. Are we in the
Make that
21st?
shit remote activated.
21st? Yeah.
21st,
I'm
right?
right. God damn it!
Hey,
Don't look at me
Alexa,
like that.
Play Uncle Steve.
Hey Alexa, nuzzle my beanbag.
Alexa's voice is Steve. How great would that be? Dude, I would pay for that shit. It's like I got Steve with me every day, all day long.
Steve,
Oh my god, that's funny.
reorder KFC. You don't eat that shit.
You fat fuck. Shut up, Chunky McMahon tits. We don't need no fucking KFC.
Okay.
Drop down and give me 50, Delgado. God damn it.
You serious?
God damn it, Marine. That's fucking funny. So after this, we're going to fucking break down. We're going to get our gear
Oh,
together.
we're not done.
Oh, we're not done. What's next?
I don't know, but this fucking
Fucking dirty
GoPro's
bastard. We're
pissing
going to get
me
ready
shit off.
for the midnight investigation of the murder house.
Correct.
And then what's after that? There's another one. You got to go do some shots at this bar.
No, it's actually the Reynolds Death House. It was where General John Reynolds' body, the first Union
Oh,
general,
that's right. To keep
killed
him
at the
from
Battle of
placing
Gettysburg.
on a pike.
They brought him there
Like
to
Transylvania bike?
No, stick him on basically desecrate his body, put him up on a stake.
Cut
And
his
go, hey,
head
look, we
off
got
and
one
put
of
it
your
on a
generals
stake.
right off the bat.
Yeah, that's
so his aides took his body
mean
and his
shit.
corpse
Mean?
there to that building and protected it there
Yeah.
until the battles were over, and then he took him back to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, his hometown, even to where he's buried at to this day. So I promised those spirits that are over there that I've been talking to. That's a photography studio during the daytime, and they graciously allow us to come in at night since it's such a historical place and got all kinds of crazy
Yeah, you got
activity.
juice.
They
You
allow
got
us to come
juice.
in and investigate. But I promised them, because all the bottles that are there for the photography studio as props are all empty. And they kept saying that they love whiskey. And I said, you know what? I will bring a bottle of whiskey here, and I will toast with you guys.
That bourbon right there.
That is our tattered flag. That's our Pennsylvania straight bourbon, which means it's over 2 years old. It's almost 3 years old, actually. We just
Right.
won a gold medal for it last month. So really proud of that fact.
Is that, what do you mean just won a gold medal? What does that translate to?
So
Because you're
gold
kind of a
medal-
humble guy, and
So
you just like
we-
glaze over that kind of
They
shit.
have
you know?
competitions, international competitions throughout the year. Different places will have them.
Right.
This particular one was at John Barleycorn Awards, and they'll have spirits specialists actually sit down and taste the spirits, and they do it all at a blind taste testing. They have a score sheet. What do they like about the aroma? What do they like about the how it looks? What do they like about the taste? What do they like about the start, the middle, and the finish of the flavor? What do they like about the actual? What do they score this as?
Yeah.
So it may be a 1 to 100 score. A gold medal will be somewhere, above between like 92 to 90 to 95%.
Shit better be above
good.
90.
And then they have what's considered the double gold, which is 100%. Like everybody blew it. It gave them an orgasm when they drank it, like that kind of shit. So I want a gold.
I might
need that
go
damn
back
double
to
gold.
drinking if that was the case.
I mean, orgasm in your mouth?
The whiskey's only about 3 years old. And
That
it's
was
really
funny. The
freaking
orgasm in your mouth, that was funny.
Could you imagine the depths of flavors if it's that knock your socks off at 3
Dan
years?
didn't even
what it
flinch
could
on
be at
that
5
one.
years, what it could be at 7
No,
years.
Dan
Just
gets in a
little bit more
fucking
time.
groove. He don't give a fuck. He's just, well, you and I have been talking.
Yeah, we would say the most fucking
today.
deplorable shit, and he would not flinch.
Well, like
dude.
today with Jolene, we were talking about masturbatory references, pulling on it like a mental patient, and Dan just kept rolling. He gets in the groove. You ain't stopping him. You ain't stopping him. So anyway, you got the gold medal, and there was, what else?
And we're gonna go and we're gonna do a toast with the guys. I promised them that I come have a drink with a whiskey with them, and we're gonna take.
So
the whiskey
how
over
much
there.
of your participation made that whiskey a gold medal whiskey, Dan?
That's 100%.
All of it.
That's 100% you.
It's 100%
so what
me.
does that gold medal recognition do for the brewery and the distillery over there?
So what it does
Does
is
it put you on a map? Does it give you some fucking
Yes.
street cred?
yes, almost definitely. It
Nice.
shows that
Make
these
your
are,
nutsack swell up just a little.
these are industry professionals
Is that a
that
yes
are
or a
saying,
no, Dan?
"Hey,
Silence
you did a
is
good
consent.
fucking job." I actually won. In
Why do
Louisville-
you get headphones and I don't?
Oh, I was just checking the audio.
in Louisville, Kentucky? I won a gold medal there for my white whiskey, which
Louisville, Kentucky,
which is like the bourbon capital of the
of
world.
Earth.
So my
You got a gold medal there too?
I did.
How many gold medals you got for whiskey,
Quite a
Dan?
few, man.
quite a few.
That's not a fucking answer. That's not a numeric response, Dan.
but not just whiskey.
Quite a few. No, I don't give a fuck about that. Numbers, bitch. What are they?
You know, seriously, I don't
No, I
keep
don't.
track of the numbers. I don't.
He does this shit, dude. And
Dude,
it's
I know
not
he
just
does.
whiskey, though.
I know, but that's not as funny. Just
We
me
won a
accepting
silver
it. That's
medal
not funny.
for our tequila, our Pennsylvania Blue Agave tequila. Our
Pennsylvania blue agave.
Why is
tequila.
it blue agave? Can you explain the legalities
Because we
of
can't
it?
call it tequila because it's not made in Mexico. It is Weber
Gay.
Blue Agave nectar that we import from Mexico. It is Mexican tequila yeast, but it's fermented and distilled in Pennsylvania.
Say blue
And since
agave
it's
nectar again.
Blue agave nectar.
Damn, he
Dan.
put some sultriness into that
Exactly.
shit.
Look with the big handlebars on his mustache.
agave
That's
And he did what I told him to do. Keep
What?
his lips on here, but look at you in the corner of his eyes and shit like that. That's some sexy shit. Oh, he's doing my favorite sound.
what's that?
I thought his favorite sound was
The
No.
the Kulick sound.
No, the gurgle, 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 gurgle. That's your favorite sound.
He must have been thirsty that day.
No, that's the throat. That's the throat banging sound. The gurgle game.
Oh, I remember
You know,
that
gurgle,
one.
gurgle. You know,
Yeah,
the
it's-
throat
it sounds
banging.
wetter,
You see,
though.
Like
It's like-
weird porn. Yeah, it's crazy. It's violent, but you know I love it.
and then when you hear that, that's the nasally coughing
Oh,
up
yeah,
because of the
it's
boogers.
What's that? The white dragon. The white dragon is en route when that's
The
happening.
strawberry shortcake, sir. You know what that one is?
yes, I do.
Oh man.
Well, we also it's
why
another
wouldn't you
nickname
know?
for it is the jelly donut.
I
No,
see
no,
that.
no. What's
I see
your
that.
concept of the strawberry shortcake?
I don't like the granulated
Say it.
sugar though.
Say it.
Well, I call it the
Just
jelly
say it.
donut. To
Say
where
this. No, that wasn't the question. What is your? What do you
you
think?
drop your load on a nose and you break the nose and smear
I like
the
how
blood
you
around
went
with
gender
it.
fluid on that.
like
Yes, because it could be anyone's nose.
Very
No,
inclusive, dude. I like
He's
that.
like politically
Well, it
correct.
depends on
and
what
shit.
you're into.
And he's being
All you
filthy.
need is a
yet
little bit of blood in there to look like
You
the jelly
might
and the
be
glaze
the next
on the
mayor of
donuts.
Gettysburg, sir. I see this.
No, I don't like politics. Fuck that shit.
Now you like
Nah,
doing
You
what
get
you
yelled
want
at
to do.
for everybody
yeah.
else's problems.
Nah,
You
you're
tell
right,
somebody
you're
do their
right,
job and they don't do their job, and it's your problem. You get yelled at.
I just enjoy making fun of them, but you're right. That's gotta be a horrible job.
You know, I believe that
George
there are
Soros
a
telling you
lot
what do you
of-
do- what
there
to
are
do
a
all day
lot of
long.
politicians that get on the ground roots of shit because they really want to change shit. Like something's fucked up. They say, "Hey, I really want to impact and I really want to make a change." And then something happens, absolute power corrupts absolutely. However you want to say it, they get in there and they go, "Huh, you mean I could do this and this too? Or if I get to here, I could do this even more? Or I serve my job for 1 minute and I'm taken care of for the rest of my life? All I have to do is do 1 minute of my job ever in my lifetime, and I'm completely taken care of. My kids are completely taken care of. My retirement, my pension, my health care, everything is carte
Is this
blanche.
where we start chanting "Drain the Swamp"?
Nah, I'm not
It's
gonna
draining though. It's like
Is
I mean,
it?
it takes some time, but
No,
dude, he got rid of what was it? The last one, the defenseman, not the defenseman, and National Intelligence Secretary, and then also some younger guy that he put in place there. So
Good.
he is slowly removing the
I'm stealing this water.
old
God damn it.
Obama guard of his cabinet, which he
Good.
let in place. He's kept in place. until he found out they were like fucking agents for the DNC, dude.
These guys here in the Civil War fought to not have career politicians. Back then, politicians were attorneys, they were farmers. They would come up and they would do their job, do their term, and they would go back to their regular lives. There was never career politicians. It was never set up that way to be a lifestyle, to be a career. It was it's a government for the people, by the people, serving the people. And you did the job because you wanted to come and put your service in, and then you got the hell out.
It's appalling to me that there's socialist liberals quoting and fucking regurgitating comments from the quote unquote founders. Motherfucker, they don't like you. How are you going to try to say they will be on your side right now? You know what side they're on? No government interference in your life. There's some shit we need to regulate. Got it. Cool. We agreed on a ton of this stuff, but you're not going to run my motherfucking life, Bloomberg. You're not going to tell me how much trans fat I can eat. I hate you for taking out fucking supersize. You know what I mean?
You can't even go and buy a 2-liter bottle of soda because
3 liters. 3 liters are gone. Yeah, 3 liters are gone.
I gotta control what you can and can't. Like, can we all be adults and if we want to eat fatty shit, we eat fatty shit. If we want to smoke, we smoke. If we want to chew, we chew. If we want to smoke a vape somewhere, now they're trying to regulate shit in your own home.
But hear me out. This is what the downfall of that is. For trying to regulate someone's fucking weight. You just took the opportunity for a poor family to have that 3 liter of fucking soda for a significantly less amount of money for that entire week. Or how about that supersize, those extra fries feeds that other fucking baby? Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's America, it's capitalism.
Yeah.
There's loopholes, you gotta be, that's how it is. It's monopoly, it's the name of the game. But you keep rigging it so that regular fucking mere mortals will always lose. And you're saying you're down with us? Get the fuck out. Stop quoting my fucking founders, man.
Bastards.
If you want something, go out and fucking go get it.
Exactly.
Get off your ass and go fucking get it. Find your passion and feed it.
Are you crying?
If you're really happy
She's
about
emotional.
something, you're really passionate about something,
That's next. That's tomorrow.
make that your life, and maybe that becoming your life and your passion now becomes part of your career because you love what the fuck you do.
That's right.
Yeah, you
Like
gotta eat
Dan.
you gotta eat some shit, and you gotta work your way up. You gotta apprentice. If you really want to be in a trade, you got to learn the skill, and then you got to be understudy because no matter what you do, even with the education,
That's still for your purpose, though.
right? Even with the education, I don't know. You don't have that experience. People come to me, my door is always open, and ask me, "Hey, I got something going on," and with my experience, this is what's worked for me. And they tried out and said, "Dude, it was great advice. Thank you." And that little bit of experience, education doesn't buy you that, so you have to have that experience. You have so many people that are getting a useless education and not doing anything with it. Oh, now that I'm not making money with my education, I want it for free now.
Well, it's because they haven't decided what they want, and they even go to graduate programs and still have no passion about what they study. It's
you don't
ridiculous.
put value on anything that's free.
Mm-hmm. No, that's true.
If you had to work your ass off for that shit, you know what? That's the most valuable thing I got because I busted my ass to get what I
Blood,
got.
sweat, and tears go so much farther. That's why they say
I'm just gonna give it to you.
Calluses and tears too.
They say hard work pays off when hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. That shit is profound, bro.
That's some shit right there.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if you want it, go get it, man.
Yeah.
Don't worry about how nice he is. He think he nice. He grew up nice. He think he got it in the bag already. You could blow that motherfucker out the water easy. He lazy. Get you some.
I always like to have a spirited debate, but have an educated fucking opinion too. Jesus Christ. Anything you read on the internet's not all true.
Dude, shut up
Fucking
about
bullshit.
that shit.
All right,
Fucking bullshit.
Fuck politics. Let's wrap this
I
shit
know.
up because
Let's wrap this shit,
Life
you
experiences,
amazing.
God damn it.
Well, also,
We'll be back
again.
dragging it on.
Another thing you got to remember, every single fucking thing that you see, you should question it. Everything you see on the news, everything you see in the media, everything you see everywhere, you should question it because every
You're fed
single...
that shit.
Say again?
You're fed that shit.
Exactly. And they're using it to sell advertising. They don't give a fuck about getting the information out there. They want to promote as much nonsense and drama as they can because it sells more fucking advertising.
Case in point, I get on Fox News to promote my book. They airbrush my tattoo on my face. What the fuck that got anything to do with them? Because their perception is controlled. It's such a minuscule level, imagine.
And your hands too, right?
And my hands. On a bigger, no, my hands was shown. It was the face. Something about the face was taboo for them. You know, and I've been in media. A tattoo's not gonna fuck my camera fucking
Dude, I told you to take that fucking tattoo off because you were going back and forth to Afghanistan.
Government, yeah, and you're right because
Marching,
it kept me from being on the best teams because it's more of a profile.
Well,
you know
no,
what I'm
that
saying?
some fucking Haji can spot that tattoo and see it again and put one in your fucking eye hole.
Yeah, but that's why I was always
mark, yeah.
in the cut
Yeah.
on the rooftop on the back of the truck waiting for a motherfucker to say
Yeah.
something. You know what I'm saying? But it did hinder.
Yeah.
Because they want, you know, and this ain't racism. This ain't. But if I was the fucking ambassador, I want all the 6'7" tall, clean cut looking motherfuckers that don't give me trouble about doing their nails, their hair, because I am fucking doing things and I don't need them to look like a ragtag bag of ass. You understand? I get it. Totally. So that did, and that's advice for the younger guys out there too. Don't wall out. Wait until you're done working. When do you know you're done working?
What's wall out? That's a slang.
Wild out. That's like go crazy. Stop going crazy.
Okay.
Don't go crazy just yet.
Wild out.
Yeah, wild out.
All right.
You can't say the D is silent.
No,
Wild
I'm just-
out.
Dude, I
You gotta roll off your tongue.
He's got to fucking translate some of that fucking street speak.
I haven't had to
for me.
translate for a while, so that's pretty cool.
No, we're good.
Hey, you're catching up, though.
I'm catching up. I'm not as dumb as I look.
Disturbatory.
Disturbatory. That's a great word, isn't it?
Oh, I love it.
That is a great word.
You got that shit. You nailed that one.
Love it.
Exactly.
We're gonna have to write these things down, and whoever could say all three big words fucking Steve said today. I don't even remember them shit, so I'm just bullshitting right now. I feel like it was 3.
No, that's because that Trice great thing. That's where that 3 came
Yeah.
from.
Yes.
No, I think you said 3 big words too.
Trice, great.
We'll play this shit back. I'll point them out.
You're going to be listening to it when we cut it, I'm sure.
Yeah, no.
Also, Dan,
Yes.
it's been an absolute fucking pleasure and an honor having you on the podcast. We'll probably get you on another show too, I would think, because you're going to come up
yeah.
and do the fucking shooting courses with us. You're going to come up to another one of our locations, Shooter's Gauntlet up in Monroe, Pennsylvania, run by Bob Ramo. Great dude. Another one of our sponsors.
We have to fulfill
Excellent
the
cat.
deal for him. We gotta get his guns up, dude. We're gonna teach it. We're gonna fucking
Okay.
work on you, son.
Good.
I'm
down with that
Why
shit.
not, dude? You've done so
What?
much for us, bro.
And they'll enjoy it. And not only that, you will be able to fucking teach them. Some people,
I love to
when
learn.
they
We'll
reach
start you out
love
on
to learn.
Paulie's 12-pound trigger.
Yeah.
So you get
Then
the
you have
fundamentals
one
down.
finger that's gigantic, and then the rest wouldn't be able to get a fucking glove on that hand.
But you're gonna have to remove the trigger guards from each of your pistols because it's too big. Yeah,
Your finger will be.
yeah.
That's a big finger
It
reference.
gets stuck in the finger
That'll
hole.
be great when you have it in your butt later. But
There's a medical term for it. It's called the 12-pound finger.
12-pound finger. TPF.
All New York police officers have it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like
And gentlemen-
tennis elbow?
Their wives
They got
love
trigger
them.
finger? Did you get that?
It's also
That was a
humbling
good reference right there.
for
That was
myself to be
incredibly
here as
funny.
well, and
Yeah.
I'm really truly humbled to be part of the podcast, to be part of the whole Soft Bad Monkey family and everything else, and
Foundation.
I am truly privileged. Yeah,
No, dude, you've been here from the fucking beginning. We fucking
Yeah.
love you. You're a fucking solid cat. You're one of us. You're a member of the tribe for fucking sure. And we can't thank you enough for having us up here, showing us the hospitality, going out, teaching us everything that that you have been exposed to as far as paranormal investigations go, and your knowledge and your love for Gettysburg. It's fucking refreshing to see somebody who loves what they do and is completely invested in the community and does the right thing the right way all the fucking time, even when it's uncomfortable. That's solid, man. I can't say enough good things about you. And I got to tell you, there, how whatever our relationship turns into, you know, like I was telling you in the car, if I didn't like you, if I didn't care, I wouldn't say a fucking word to you.
yeah.
You know,
That's why I really appreciate it, because I know where it's coming from.
And everybody knows Steve
Well, I have the. I'm the guy that has uncomfortable conversations with people.
for a living.
You know, because for a living, and with guys that are fucking their asses falling off. You know, their asses falling off, and they don't want to admit they're drinking too much, or they're doing too much coke, or they got 27 fucking girlfriends, or they're spending money on internet porn, or whatever the fuck they're doing. You know, but sometimes you gotta have uncomfortable conversations with people, and if you avoid that stuff, if you try and stay comfortable all the time, it's gonna set you up for failure.
Yeah.
100% of the time, and be afraid and do it anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I would.
Don't cut your
that's what
legs
I would
off
add.
before you run. I want to say to you personally, eye to eye, thank you for supporting me and believing in me and continuing unwaveringly to support me. You know how many bills of mine you paid? You know how many times you put grocery in my man? Thank you, my brother. That's you. And if nobody knows that about Dan, Dan is that dude, man. Really, no.
Dan's that dude,
Yeah.
man. That should be the name of this episode.
Unless you put
Dan's
money
that
in my
dude.
kids' fucking in my kids' bank accounts or food in their mouths, you're not Dan. All right, so don't talk shit about Dan around me. You get popped, baby.
Yeah, don't be talking shit about Dan. You'll be wondering, why am I looking up? Why does my face hurt? Why am I looking at the sky? This is weird.
Why am I a ball of light and fuzzy?
This is strange. My butt hurts. And with that, we are out, you filthy
Fucking
meat
meat
sacks.
sacks. You've been practicing that, haven't you?
Oh, he has been. He's been dying to say that on air.
Oh my dear, Marty, look at you. You lost like 30 pounds.
35 to be exact, Ethel.
Oh, you okay?
I've never felt better. You know how I stay on the Instagrams to stay relevant?
Yeah, you do it for the gram boogers.
I came across something called Smashing Greens Fasting Challenge. You can do a 5, 10, or 12-day, Ethel. What you do is you take this supplement called Smashing Greens, and it's completely plant-based, and it has everything you need to survive the ketosis process.
Keto what?
Ketosis, Ethel. Basically, you say sayonara to the fat.
Oh, I love it when they take the fat off the meat.
I know you do, Ethel. I know you do. Basically, I've done all 3 in the span of a few months, and I feel outstanding. I'm back to tap dancing like Fred Astaire.
Oh my, all this talk about tapping has me flustered.
Well, don't get your feathers all ruffled, little birdie. 'Cause this eagle's got a pocket full of blue pills and the wind back underneath his wings.
Oh, Mortimer, would you care to come over and join me for some meatloaf later?
You know I would love to have some of your meatloaf, Ethel.
Oh!
This episode of Soft Bad Monkey was brought to you by MASF Industries. That's Massive Industries. Founded and operated by one of this nation's top operators and all-around Bravo Alpha Mike Foxtrot, Mitch Smashing Frog Aguiar. Mitch's all-natural plant-based supplements will be sure to get you lean and mean, with products such as the base supplement to the viral health challenge that has taken Instagram by force, Smashing Greens. Stop by their Instagram page at MASF_industries and see if you're up for the Smashing Greens 5, 10, or 12-day challenge, or simply go to their Linktree online store at MASF_industries and check out their entire line of products and bundles. Get massive with at MASF_industry. That's MASF_industries.